we caught the crack of your Smirnoff Ice Berry Blast Blue Raspberry. Limited edition premium vodka beverage, 5% alcohol volume.
It's good.
It's good, right? Those are nice. Not as good as
the
blue raspberry ones. Those ones are deadly because
those sell crazy. We brought in, I think, 12 flats of them. 12,
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're gone.
No, they're there, but they're not going to last.
Can you buy me some?
If you give me the money, yeah.
Oh, dude, and I've said this before, but I stand by it. It's the taste of your childhood as an alcoholic beverage. It's like a slushie.
That's not good. Well, it's good, but it's not good.
It's good, but it's not good for you because then you just drink it down like pop, right? Which, it's funny because, you know, the one thing that prevents people from becoming alcoholic is usually the taste of alcohol, right? Because, you know, you drink it and you're like, why is it so spicy? You know?
Yeah.
But in when you get rid of that, it's like, that's when it sneaks up.
Well, if you have like a Coors or a Kokanee.
See, I hate those.
Those are the beers that you don't want to down.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a partier.
Unless you want to die.
Unless you want to be like...
Oh, yeah, one of those crazy guys. Yeah. You know...
Shotgun a beer?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever done that?
I can't drink beer. I hate it.
Oh, this is beer.
That's vodka. Vodka doesn't taste like wheat. That's my problem, is the wheat taste.
It's shaped like a beer, though.
Actually, I had one really good beer recently. We have a local, Sea Change.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a local little, brewery here called Sea Change.
We might have it. You have 4 flavors from Sea Change.
Well, it was actually a thing called a beer tail.
Oh.
So it's like a beer cocktail where they mix it with a bunch of stuff. Oh, and it was like a mango pineapple beer tail. So it was beer as the base, but they added in like some probably like pineapple juice and like mango stuff.
It's not really a beer in the end then.
Well, but here's the thing.
That's like having a coffee and pouring a bunch of cream and sugar in it.
I mean, we literally do that. Yeah. But, well, because it's like, it still had the flavor of the beer, but with the other stuff, I was able to enjoy it then. Because the raw flavor, it's like coffee. I can't drink black coffee.
Neither can I.
People who can are kind of crazy. Just like that, I can't drink regular beer. It's too strong. It's the wheat taste.
Well, you have to, there's like, well, how long have you been drinking coffee?
Probably about 7 years.
Oh, then you're lost. I think the more you drink coffee, the stronger it can get, and the more okay you'd.
Oh yeah.
With it. But 7 years.
Well, okay, but like right now, I could drink coffee black. It's not what I prefer. There was one time where I was at work and someone just was like, "Hey, I brought you some coffee. I don't know what you like, so you look like a guy who takes it black." And I'm like, that is not the case, but thank you. And I still drank it because it's like, it's better than nothing. Mm-hmm. Like I'll still sip a black coffee, but I won't enjoy it as I would as I normally make my coffee, which is mostly creamer with a shot of coffee.
My roommates make fun of me and say I make they call my coffee the Michael Scott. Because in the office, Michael Scott puts so much sugar and creamer in it.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm like, that's funny.
And you know what, though? It's your life.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Are they going to spill the coffee on them?
Instead of pocket sand, cup of coffee, right? Run away. Sorry, all it makes
coffee in your pocket.
No, all it makes me think of though is like a Yakuza Heat move with like throwing the coffee and then the slow mo and then the slam down with the cup. That's changed how I pick up everyday objects. As I pick it up and go, how would Kiryu use this to maim someone?
Speaking of work,
hey, yeah,
a little story.
Okay,
so it was 9:57, 3 minutes from close.
Yeah,
money's counted. A woman comes in, and we're like, me and the other 2 staff members were ready to book it in.
Yeah.
To wrap it up. The customer puts a Mickey on the desk.
A Mickey?
You don't know what a Mickey is?
No.
It's like a small bottle of liquor.
Okay, that sounded like an illegal type of drug.
No.
Like if you slip someone a Mickey, isn't that like...
That's just giving someone a small bottle of liquor.
Really?
It's like maybe this big.
I'm gonna
You've never heard of that?
Typing in slip a Mickey definition. Yeah. Slipping someone a Mickey is a drink laced with a psychoactive drug. Serving someone a Mickey is most commonly referred to as slipping someone a Mickey.
What type Mickey? Just definition. There's multiple definitions for one word. A drink
a drink, usually alcoholic, to which a drug, purgative, or the like was secretly added. This renders the unsuspecting drinker helpless.
Well, that's what we call it at work. That's what a Mickey is. A small bottle of liquor.
Okay. Probably because of nefarious reasons.
But anyway, she put the Mickey on the table.
Yeah.
And I asked, like, oh, are you going to be paying with cash or card today? And then she said cash. I'm like, oh my God.
Gotta count it again.
Count it all over again. And I was smiling because I know the other two staff members, they were like fuming. Because we all wanted to leave. And then she pulls out an American bill.
That's a problem.
And I'm like, oh, we don't take American. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like,
yeah.
And then she literally walked out the door without a word.
Well, there you go. Didn't have to recount the money.
Yeah.
So it all worked out.
It was so funny, though. How, like, pissed off she was.
Why? I mean, how can you be here? We're not close to the border at all.
No.
How can you be here and be trying to buy stuff with American money? I mean, we're kind of close to the airport, but there's money exchangers everywhere there.
Yeah, and there's literally a bank like 2 minutes away from
2 minutes, meaning that if she gets back, that's 4 minutes. Meaning that if it's 9:57, it's now 10:01. Well, lock the door.
That's not our problem.
Run away.
That'd be funny.
That would be.
Go get your money and then lock the door. But yeah, that was that. But work's been going good. I have more, getting more responsibility at work.
Nice.
Starting to order liquor now.
Nice.
Getting taught how to do that. So, only concern is, like, I'm moving 20 minutes away 2 months from now. Mm-hmm. But that's why I want to get us. I want to try to, like, shoot for a raise. Mm-hmm. Just to give that 20-minute drive more of an excuse. A little bit
more of an excuse, yeah.
So,
well,
we'll see.
Similar to me, because I have a new job.
Yeah.
And it is also like 45 minutes away.
But not anymore, technically.
No, it is.
It is literally, but you don't have to do it.
Well, for now I do.
Oh, I thought you...
So, basically, I got a job as a college instructor teaching computers, and we'll probably be moving on to teaching other stuff in the future because they said you're doing really good, and I'm like, yay. But I got there yesterday, and when I got there, I had one of my coworkers come up and just said everything is going wrong. And I'm like, what? She's like, we've got too many students to put them in the building with COVID restrictions. And I'm like, oh, so what do we... And she's like, we give them the syllabus today, we send them home, and it's all online from here out. So I still have to go into the building because they want us to all be in the same room while doing our online learning.
Oh.
So, like, I'd go, well, that's the plan for now. They said if it goes well, we can see about moving it to our houses. But just for now, just so that we're in a situation where if something goes wrong, we can just look over and go, hey, what do I do? At least for now, right?
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's...
well, at least one school is taking it seriously.
Well, this is with adults, right? So
what does that mean?
That means that COVID can kill them.
Oh, yeah.
Versus with kids, where it's that, because that's the argument
I thought you meant like there's actually adults working the place.
No,
that's why it makes sense.
No. But because that's the reason why a lot of the COVID restrictions aren't happening in schools is because the argument is they're kids, they'll survive. Which then forgets about the fact that where do they go? Home to parents.
Yeah.
So trust me, I'm kind of happy I'm not in schools right now.
Didn't they pull COVID restrictions like from the last minute?
Yes.
And people are really
Do you know
pissed.
why? Because the money that was going to go to COVID restriction stuff mysteriously disappeared. And at the same time, our politicians took a number of trips. And, our premier decided to put avocado toast, AAA steak, and a bajillion drinks on his government-paid bill. Yeah. I have so many words.
Man.
I have so many words for this.
That's what we shouldn't go.
We shouldn't go here, but what I will say is at my last job. I can tell on your face that
you're fuming.
At my last job, literally all the old people were like screaming, "You need to vote conservative, vote conservative. You'll save Canada. You need to vote conservative." And now literally, they're being forced back into the classrooms with zero restrictions, and they are of the age that they are most susceptible. And I'm like, and they're complaining now, and I'm like, you were the one campaigning to vote for the F teachers, like, group.
Play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
Right?
I've wanted to use that for so long, and it works.
I'm out, so I'm like, whatever. Though I might be reapplying to my old school as a perma sub.
So sounds like a
sexual position.
No, like a level in a game.
A little bit. No, it's basically what they're doing is they're hiring a full-time substitute for every school, meaning it is a substitute who is in the school every day to pick up whatever they need to. It would give me the same pay as a normal teacher, but without any responsibility retaining to a classroom, right? The only problem is that plus the online teaching might be a bit much. So I'm like, I'm kind of going like, I don't know. The application hasn't gone out yet. So we'll see. I haven't decided. It is a case of, do I want lots of money and zero free time? Or do I want a good amount of free time with a livable wage?
That's a tricky one.
Right? Because my job is only part-time. Like it is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 6 to 9. So like, it's only 9 hours a week. Well, no, because Saturday is double time. So 12 hours a week, really.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Right? It's not
literally
much.
Nothing.
It's not much, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, one thing that I was planning to do was just pick up regular subbing jobs on days I don't teach, not permanent positions, but just, this school needs this teacher. All right, go over. I mean, our school year hasn't started yet, actually. Right?
What does it start again?
The 8th.
8th.
They bumped it back a bit. So because of that, it's like I right now it's just I'm working the early day, the late nights and nothing else. But
well, you got a job.
I do, right? And that's the good thing. So
that's more than a lot of people can say.
That's true. Well, technically, I have 2 jobs because technically I have 3 because I have YouTube, which I mean, it's I made the joke, but one day of work at this new place gives me a month of YouTube money, so YouTube barely counts. It's like it really doesn't. But then I have the the subbing, and then I have my evening job, so I am doing pretty good. It's just a case of like, do I want to take on a lot more or a little more, right? So
well, that depends on your work ethic, I think.
Yeah, and I'm the type of guy who needs breaks. So because of that, I think I won't take the full position. I'll probably just stick with occasional subbing, because then that gives me pretty much every second day I have a full day to myself, and then in the evening I go to work.
Yeah.
And it's like, that works fine.
I feel like I want to build a career out of working a bunch, then having a little bit of time off, then working a bunch, and so on and so forth, which is like happening right now. I worked 6-7 nights in a row.
Oh yeah.
And now I have the next 2 days off.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a decent way of going about it for sure, because then you get that it's like school, right? It's like you work hard,
that's what
time off, work hard, time off, right?
Yeah.
Which is different now because like with me, I don't get weekends. Like my Saturdays evenings are gone, right? So it's like, whoa, that's a change.
You just gotta shift.
But conversely, it's like Mondays are fine now. So now it's like Monday is kind of my day off. So it's like, oh, well, interesting, right?
So you gotta get used to Sundays being like, instead of getting ready, you just kind of
So it's gonna be different, but
you iron it out.
Yeah. It's been going good, though.
Yeah.
Nothing really else in my loy. Oh, well, I guess no, actually, one big thing. Gremlin's gone.
You want to add some context to that?
Sure. My sister moved out for a bit to do her secondary, well...
Upgrading?
Upgrading right now. Yeah, she's upgrading. She's upgrading her grade 12 marks so that she can get into nursing, hopefully in the future. So right now she's right now living where I lived when I was at, university, which is at my grandma's house. Which at first she was like, I don't know about moving away, and then we showed her like room, and then like she was told, you'll get food every day from the grandparents, and she's like, no, it's okay, bye. So bye. So she's pretty happy that she's out there. She will be coming back weekends, but just to be here to be with us for a bit. So
when I was upgrading, I was living with my aunt and uncle, and then I went back on weekends. So.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I did that for like 4 years, 5 years almost with university, and it works.
And it also helps with the eventual moving out. Like
it gets you used to it. Yeah. Well, especially because like where she is, it's like a whole basement suite. So like she has a kitchen, she has her own bathroom. She basically has her own apartment pretty much. So it's a good practice for her because
certainly helped me.
Yeah, it absolutely helps you get, and even getting used to that idea of being alone, too. Because, like, my grandparents, like, of course they invite her up for supper, but, like, she's in the basement there, and they leave her. So it's like you get used to that idea of, being on your own, organizing laundry and, like, all that stuff when you are alone and how different it is. So, yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk about this in my gaming part, but like gotten into a lot of PC stuff.
Oh yeah,
lately. Been learning OBS.
It's the best.
Very very slight animation, but I'm still like having trouble wrapping my head around it. Probably need. I'm getting kind of crash course lessons from my friend in the States.
Oh yeah,
he went to school for like that kind of stuff. So now he's like, for the past few nights, I was like, over Discord we were talking, and he's like, "Oh, this is how you do this, how you do this."
Nice.
So, and I've learned how to pretty smoothly work OBS for now.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot at first, but once you know how to do stuff on it, it's really fun.
And you get into your own routine and like.
Yeah. I mean, my OBS right now, I can just pop it up for us. It's
So I have the. What are your Minecraft music?
That's just the wind chimes outside, dude. It's not that.
I have the Stream Elements version.
Okay, so yeah, I don't have that. I just have the sort of regular one. Though I do. Certain games need certain layouts, so I have a scene collection dedicated for, kind of everything. But yeah, so I have it all set up.
Okay, yeah, it's not that complicated for me yet. I kind of just have the mainstream, emulator stream, and then pre-stream and post-stream
where
stuff.
You get the fun stuff is the audio tracks. Because this is where you can even change it so that when you record a video, you can actually separate the game audio from your audio. So if you want to just have, if you want to fiddle around with it, that's where you get to have fun with that under the advanced audio properties. Whoa. That's a very necessary thing for my my videos and stuff. Because if I record a video and with OBS, my sound is too quiet, if the audios are combined, there's nothing I can do, because if I raise the volume,
separate too, right?
But if I raise the volume, but like if I'm recording a video for YouTube, right? So then if I don't know and the video's done, I'd be screwed. But by separating the audio tracks, I literally can just raise one and lower the other. Like it's a good program once you get into the nitty gritty with it.
Yeah, my friend who taught me this stuff, I was like, oh, I kind of the theme for the stream. I kind of want like a jazz lounge kind of gaming thing. So my friend said like, give me like a few days and I'll come up with something.
Oh, nice.
He just volunteered to do that.
Nice.
So
what you should do then is go on to like OC Remix and download a bunch of jazz remixes of like game music to have like in the background for break streams and stuff.
That's what I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now it's just kind of like a mishmash of like, it's really simple on the pre-stream.
Yep.
And it's kind of the music plays that's just like JoJo stuff, like Persona stuff.
Yeah.
Like, kind of what I like.
Nice.
I want to narrow it down to a theme and.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm not really aiming to become this like a big streamer or anything. I just kind of want to be like
fun to do on the side.
Yeah. And to like have something more, have creative freedom to do, and to have something more like professional instead of just going live and
absolutely
off, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
think that's it.
Okay, well, let's get into some more nerdy stuff.
I dived.
Yeah, you did a dive motion, which once again, this is audio.
Someone said something on the YouTube comments last time.
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Last time. Or 2 episodes ago.
Sorry, 2 episodes. Whatever.
What do you mean whatever? It's
really
important.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Time isn't
flat
real.
Circle.
Time is a cube. Have you heard about the time cube?
No.
Okay, when you go home and you have 5 hours to spare.
5 hours?
Listen, look up down the rabbit hole time cube.
Okay.
It is a video about a guy who believes time is a cube and is extremely racist.
Oh my god.
It's he's time is different for people of different races, and it's the craziest thing ever.
That's wild.
It is.
But anyways, video games.
The video does not support those views. It is reporting on them, let me say.
Video games.
Video games.
Still powering through Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
I'm right before the 3rd palace.
Nice.
Trying to figure out who the mafia boss is.
I wonder who.
Don't know.
We don't know.
But there's honestly, right now, it's the perfect game.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, there's no complaints. The Modern Army's Palace is a lot more streamlined. The boss is a lot more streamlined, even though I died. Mm-hmm. Because.
Are you playing on normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you want to know what the changes are?
Personally, I'd rather not, because I'm going to be playing it eventually myself.
Okay. Well, it was kind of a stupid mistake. I casted an element that reflected on me when I didn't know it would.
Oh yeah.
So I'll just say that. But everything's awesome. There's new Mementos music.
Oh, nice.
It's way better.
Cool.
And apparently it gets better the deeper you go.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a look eventually.
Yeah. And this is definitely a game I'm going to be playing for the rest of the year, or maybe into next year.
That's why it's when the PS5 got announced for backwards compatibility for PS4. I was thank God, because I have so many PS4 games I still need to play.
Yeah. That's the thing. So I'm we're just going to go... Well, I guess PC stuff is next, so I can talk about this video game-wise. So I'm thinking in next gen, should I veer more to the PC side of stuff? Because I love the freedom. I love the customizability of everything. Mm-hmm. And that kind of thing. And as opposed, I've been so used to console stuff. When I see games super cheap, I'm with Game Pass and all that.
Yeah.
It's is this real? Is this legal? But what I'm pretty much asking is what's your take on it?
My take is my take, which is the only take I can take because of where I am financially, which is I'm just going to get them all. And fair. Just take a look, what bonuses are the best on which, If it's a game that it's well, I don't care about the reduced, resolution, but I want portably, I'll get it on the Switch. If it's a game that I'm that's a game I want to sit back and enjoy on the couch, that's a PS4 game. If it's a game that I'm I want it, but I can wait till the price goes down. I'll probably get it on PC because the price will go down on PC, So it is for me, I'm in a very lucky situation where I can say that. For other people, it's a different situation where they want to decide. Well,
because technically I already have a next gen thing.
With the PC, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's I don't know if I want to hold off on PS5 until there's a must-have for me.
The only thing for me, PS5 for me is a must-have because a lot of the games that I play have terrible PC ports. So a lot of Japanese games, because that's what I play, have real bad PC ports. Mm-hmm. So even if they come out day one, it's the worst version to play. Did you hear about Monster Hunter Iceborne on PC? What happened?
I think so.
Basically, they put in a wrong value, so every single frame of that game was doing 9 billion processes at once, and people were literally having their power go out from playing because it would suck all the power out of their house for their PC to run it. It was bad, right? So in those situations, it's yeah, that's messed up, that's bad. A lot of Japanese games are like that, and some of them will release and never get patched. So for me, while it's nice, for the games I play, I need to play on console usually.
Okay. I don't know. I just like this new whole world.
Oh yeah, for
presented to me, and I like. Honestly, it's more comfortable to play it on PC. Well, in my situation right now, because when I'm playing on the PS4, like I have like a distraction issue where like I get uncomfortable or something.
Okay.
And the TV is like slightly higher.
Okay.
So I'm like, my neck is like slightly up a bit, which might be fixed when I move. But
for me, I really like to play my games in a situation where I can sit and relax.
I'd love to. I don't have a couch though, so
that's the thing. Like for me, the couch is the place to play games where I can sit and enjoy it.
I miss couch gaming so much.
It's good. I love it. So
and I won't be able to do that in the new place either. So
yeah,
I don't know. Unless I do like being because there's like I should know this. What is it called?
What is what called? You need to describe it.
It's like it's not. Okay, so when you go down the stairs, there's like a floor.
Okay.
The landing.
Landing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But like it's on top floor, but there's like a little area.
Yeah.
That's like I could do stuff there, but like I wouldn't be by myself in a room.
Yeah. It's up to you.
But I would be able to have a couch there. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's big decision
the chair I have,
sort of stuff.
It's not meant for like hours of gaming.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, and I mean, like this chair, like I've had it for a long time and it squeaks to high hell because it's just like it's been used and abused. Yeah. Right?
But I guess we'll see. And we still don't know the price of the PS5. So
we don't know anything really. We don't know the date. We don't know the price. We don't know the games. And that goes for both consoles.
Well, a few.
Well, we don't know most of... Well, we don't know the launch games.
For PS5 we do, don't we?
Not really.
I guess. Because Ratchet & Clank is launch window.
Yeah, but that launch window could literally be in a year. Like, there are launch window games that are extended way the hell out. So...
That's fair. But yeah, I guess we'll
have to
go along with it.
Yeah.
Again, PC, Planet Coaster.
Yeah, I saw you playing that on stream a bit.
It's like the music that's in it is like it sends me back to the roller coaster tycoon days.
Oh yeah,
for some reason, like just the way it plays is just like it's nostalgic and it's like
oh yeah,
it's really complicated. It's more complicated than
Tycoon. I see it was kind of made for the adults who grew up with Roller Coaster Tycoon. So like it's the next step and not like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which then like even stripped away stuff from 2, right? It's like the next step up.
And it's by the same people who made it. Like
oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or like people from the previous company who melded into the new one.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really enjoyable.
Nice.
I'm still learning like how to do stuff. Like paths are a little bit of a bitch.
I've heard
to put down.
I saw you doing that. I literally the entire stream I saw of you was making paths.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure it out, and then when I was all done, it was like off center. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have to. I got Planet Zoo too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to play that.
Nice.
Yeah, just the presentation of everything is really nice, and
I like how you can import a lot of custom stuff too.
Yeah, I haven't even touched that yet.
That's a whole thing.
I'm like 5 hours in, and I'm only on like the second scenario and haven't touched anything else. So. Yeah, it was on sale. Well, it was on Steam again. Steam sales.
Oh yeah,
it was on sale for $15.
That's great.
Whereas Zoo was $35 because it's newer. But it's like it got both for $50 as opposed to paying $120 for both of them.
Yeah,
that's like
that's
insane,
real good,
right? Speaking of prices, I messaged you this morning about it.
Yeah.
Ordered the JoJo Part 5.
Let's see here.
Blu-ray.
Let's see.
And I ordered it for $55 US, right?
Okay.
That's right there.
$55 US.
Then it told me it shipped this morning, and I went into my bank account, and it said 107. So I messaged you're going to find this already.
73, and then shipping was
23.
23. So 53 plus 23 is $78.99 USD.
You already figured out.
Which is
around 107.
Okay.
So, I just woke up and I didn't like, the math part of my brain wasn't activated yet. So I sent a message or an email to them, a very stern one, saying I want my $25 refunded.
So,
then then I did the currency exchange and it checked out. And I was like, oh, wow, I feel so bad. So I called them.
But did your bank...
Oh, everything was fine.
Oh, it was fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just paid $107 for this thing by accident.
Well.
So.
I'm just going to click this for a sec. I'm going to type Fate. I'm going to go Blu-ray. I'm going to go...
oh my God. So maybe mine wasn't so bad.
Yours was really not that bad considering.
And it's still
then some of them are $14. So yeah, I brought up some of the Fate ones, which the box sets are like basically 180 USD.
Jesus.
That's for all of Fate Zero. Yeah. Which is on Netflix, by the way.
And well, the Part 5 Blu-ray is on Canada for 160 right now, so I guess I saved a bit of money still.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it is a toss-up with buying those sorts of things where it's like, am I going to buy this here? Will this be better?
I think next time I'm going to just wait it out.
And the nice thing is the shipping is fast with Right Stuff.
So yeah, hopefully I get it soon.
They're a really fast one. I get stuff from them in like a week, which is crazy for a US-based place, right now. So,
have you ordered from them recently since the
pandemic? not too long. It's pretty, in the pandemic.
They said like it might be a little bit longer, so.
Yeah. A couple days longer probably. They're usually nice and quick. Like they're so quick that I don't forget about them and I get it. Oh, yeah. Usually it's you forget about that stuff. You're like, oh right, I got that. Like it finally comes in, but they're still in my mind when I get it. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, excited to get my hands on it.
Yeah,
because they had like a preview image of the booklet. And it has like a bunch of text. So like
nice. That's good. That's good.
Each episode probably and like how they made it and all that. So
nice.
Looking forward to that. Shame it's only like, what's episode 20?
That's a third of the series. That goes up to, I don't remember JoJo episode numbers. That would be, if we check the almighty Google, it tells us episode 20 is the final mission from the boss. Well,
so that's the clock tower.
That seems pretty good for a finale.
Yeah, for a mid-season.
Yeah, for a mid-season there.
Also the 7-page Muda happened. Did you watch that?
No, because it doesn't air here.
Well, you can look at it on YouTube.
I didn't.
It's awesome.
It's good?
Yeah.
Nice. That's
good.
They
even put the re in there, and it sounds amazing.
Nice.
So, next step is seeing the Diavolo reveal.
Oh, yeah.
And with the dub for Diavolo, like, I love it.
Beat
said, like, it, like, crosses into, like, demonic territory, which, like, fits perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, his name means the devil. So.
They nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing a lot of Fall Guys.
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Not too much.
I was debating on if I should give this to you for the foreign exchange or the other thing you also
which know. I already have guessed, actually, because he kind of hinted at it, and I asked, and he's like, yep. And I'm like, okay.
But this game's, like, incredibly
it's good.
Fun. It's
so
good. Fun.
I haven't played Season 2 yet. I'll say that.
It's not even out.
Oh,
it's not out for another month.
Okay, well, then there we go.
Well, what was I going to say? Oh, at first I was like, I don't know if I'll enjoy this. It doesn't look like something... Not the graphics, but just, like, the art style put me off a bit.
Oh, see, I love how it looks.
It looked just a little bit too simple for me. But when I played it with Beat. And then played it with Blubber and Beat next. It's so fun.
Oh, it's fun.
It's stupid fun. And like I'm excited to like see what season 2 has and like the new game modes and all that.
I think just adding new game modes over time.
Because there's already 24.
Which is a decent amount. Yeah. But
that's a lot for like a game with seasons, right?
Yeah.
You usually just start out with like really small base content.
Yeah. So definitely, if they keep adding, and I hope it's adding and not changing.
Yeah, that's what I hope too.
Right? I hope here's like 4 to 6 new games, they're in. There's a higher chance of them appearing during the event, but they will always be around.
They'll just be integrated into
They'll be integrated in, because there's nothing worse than going, man, I love that game mode. Shame it's never playable.
Yeah.
Or, oh, but you can play it as a private match. And it's like, well, that doesn't matter because I can't get that for points. Right?
I'm also hoping for more quality of life changes. Beat mentioned that when you're spectating, you have to like go through a bunch of people before you want to spectate your friends.
That's true, yeah.
So he hopes it just snaps to them next time.
Yeah, if you make like a party, you can force snap it to them right away.
Yeah.
Making it so you don't trip as easily.
No, keep that. That's a part of the game.
I hate that. I hate jumping, and if it's like if it's a little bit higher than their natural amount that they fall, then they will just say, "I give up," and crumple down. Right?
I'm also hoping for more crossover costumes.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Like every single brand.
Well, they're fighting.
I've seen JoJo stuff. Did you see the one I retweeted? Where it's like Polnareff and Dio on the stairs.
No, oh my god.
Search it up right now. I need you to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably.
I'm typing in Polnareff Fall Guys.
Is it going to appear?
I don't
think
it is. So then let me go to your Twitter. Did you retweet it or did you like it?
I definitely retweeted it because there was retweet material.
Okay. Chuck E. Cheese stream. I forgot about that. I saw that. Where is... God, you retweet a lot.
That's not it. Oh, yeah. I love retweet. It's just some of these are so funny.
So much. There it is. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. The yeah, I like that.
But like, yeah, just other stuff. There was their charity stream they had to get their crossover skin, and the people,
the one who won, frick.
No, some ninja put it in like at the last minute.
Yeah,
and like I don't know what skins they are, but like they're probably some sort of like.
It's gonna be a ninja skin.
Gamer skins.
It's gonna be. I'm waiting for you to finish your drink. It's gonna be the ninja from Ninja's comic he made, where Ninja is a superhero.
No,
that exists, and that's what it's gonna be.
No.
Yeah. Can we get those Fate ones?
No.
Yeah.
Would you play the game then?
Yeah. Yeah.
if they were like level 40.
I would play it till I get them and go pro. Dude, to play a Saber in Fall Guys, I would go pro.
That's what I hope. Well, it's a Splatoon thing, right? It's like they want this new IP, but they don't want it to be bogged down by other franchises, right? Until it establishes itself, right? So there's still like the Gordon Freeman and the Peabody.
The Peabody one is awesome.
Yeah, it's a bit out of nowhere though.
Not really. They've been using Peabody for merch stuff forever.
I guess.
Right? They put Portal stuff in everything. Friggin' in Phantasy Star Online 2, they added Wheatley as a pet you can take with you. Yeah.
Huh, that's weird.
Because it's like, Valve doesn't make too much new stuff. So they got to use the old stuff when they're doing crossovers.
But yeah. Anyone who hasn't played Fall Guys, play it.
Yeah, it's really good.
You have to pay for it now, but
yeah,
it's worth it, I think.
Or if you just downloaded it from PS Plus but didn't play it, hop on that for sure.
And then finally, I've been continuing watching the part 2 dub or sub of JoJo.
Yeah, the Japanese this time.
Yeah, I still love the Stroheim robot reveal.
Oh yeah,
where Cars cuts his hat and it comes through that
so good.
Off and the music goes. Huh. But yeah, do you know who Stroheim is voiced by
in Japanese?
Yeah.
No, but he goes Buckham Wild.
Well, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could look it up right now. Stroheim, Japanese voice actor. He is Atsushi Imaruoku, who, if we can see what they've done, let's see. I doubt he's Daniel Kitch in Catherine Full Body.
Oh,
he's the Japanese voice of Winston.
Weird.
Sure. Adon in Street Fighter. I don't know if there's going to be anyone here who you even know.
Not really.
Not particularly.
He's not a huge voice actor, but he's good.
He goes wild. Yeah, he's a pretty small time dude. He's the Japanese voice of the Count, and apparently he narrated Fate: Carnival Phantasm. That would be good.
Of course, Fate. Always
right there.
Is always there.
Dude, it's Japan's most tweeted about game of 2019.
You won't let that die.
I will never let that die. It literally beat Fortnite.
Both Death Knight and Juritsa.
In Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's cool.
Or Japanese, right?
Yeah, in Japanese, of course.
But yeah, that's kind of all I've been playing.
Okay.
Kind of touched in Animal Crossing since September rolled around. Got to get those new bugs.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that they put a new video in the playlist for Animal Crossing?
No, but
so
that makes sense because
September update's going to be rolling around soon.
Yeah, whatever that's going to be.
Also, we might as well throw this in. There wasn't a new Smash event announced this week, which is very odd.
Oh, is there usually one every week?
Every Tuesday. They announce either it's a spirit event or a tournament.
Oh.
And there hasn't been either.
Ooh.
So.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just drop Dante on Friday.
Can you imagine? Sure. Or they could drop Kiryu. Nah, probably not. No. But
that would be hype.
That'd be super hype.
But it's not going to happen.
But because I say that because I finished Yakuza Kiwami.
No spoilers.
I mean, there's not much to say in terms of spoilers. What I'll just say is this game is not rated as good as 0, even though it came out after. And it's easy to see why, because, the new stuff is great, but it's still based on the original PS2 game. So, there's some areas where you're like, that would have been so cool if we did this, but it kind of holds itself back, Areas are smaller and stuff because, of course, it is based on the original,
Yeah.
They can't make giant sort of arenas, you have to break up rooms with loading screens because, well, it's based on a PS2 game. It is still really good. And the story has a really good finish. Like, a climax which made me go, wow, this is the climax for the first game, huh? This is pretty wild. It's really good there. It's going to be weird moving on to Kiwami 2, though, because that's going to be now on the PS4, like the newest engine, which is then, and then I'm going to go back to basically the PS2 engine with 3. So it's going to be quite different to see how that goes. But no, it was a really enjoyable ride. I think I finished, because there's literally a completion percent at the end. Like, there's a thing called the completion list, which is basically you get points for fully completing anything in the game.
Isn't that in 0-2?
I think, it is. Yeah. And so it literally will tell you how much of the game you've completed. And so I was at 56% by the end. Which, for me not going for a completionist route, was pretty good. Because, I naturally wanted to do a lot of the side quests. I naturally wanted to do a lot of stuff. There was some stuff that I said I am not touching. I am not doing Mahjong. Because I have no desire to play Mahjong. I've looked at the rules, and I said no.
You gotta learn.
No, that's okay. I learned how to play Koi Koi because of Sakura Wars, and now because of Fate, it's also in that too. And also Clubhouse Games. Yeah. But I am not touching it I'm not touching Mahjong.
Are you done talking about Yakuza?
Yeah, then I said I was going to go to Persona 5 Royal next, but honestly, I need to get to 7, so I think I'm just going to move on to Kiwami 2 instead.
Well, why I asked that is because you're going to talk about Fate next, but I wanted to mention how, honestly, anything media related can be drawn to Fate. It's like a web.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
It's everywhere. It's
just
huge.
like JoJo is almost. Not as much as Fate, but it's just
definitely not as much.
Going through something completely not JoJo related and seeing a JoJo thing.
Yeah.
It's just wow.
Oh yeah.
It's everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Especially as of a recent couple years, because they're putting JoJo JoJo references used to be noteworthy enough to be oh my god, and then everyone talks about this one, but now it's you hear there's a JoJo reference in something, you're yeah, of course there is. Whatever. Now it's just a whatever thing.
Yeah.
Actually, well, here's talking about Fate, and I can relate it to JoJo here. Watch, really. I got to a part with this character. His name is Ozymandias, otherwise known as King Ramses, you know, the pharaoh. He's voiced by Dio's Japanese voice, which is like...
That's good.
That's a good voice for him. And he goes all the way with his screaming, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you meet him in the latest thing that I'm doing, and you're talking with him, and his head just falls off. And then he just picks it up and puts it back on. And I didn't even realize, but it's like the voice and the head coming off. That's a reference. Yeah. That's a reference. I didn't even connect that. And he literally, the in-universe excuse was like, oh, well, if he's in his temple, he can't die, right? But people say, well, he's just too stubborn to die. He just will not. He doesn't care. Decapitated, I don't care. But what that was that I was playing was the Camelot Singularity. Singularity is like event in, like not a time limit event, but like story sort of section. Chapter, the Camelot chapter in Grand Order. So that's the mobile game. Now, the mobile game up to this point was, the story was like passable. The writing was good. But then this event comes along, and it's written by the guy who wrote the original visual novel. So it's like actually like written by the original Fate author. Okay. And it's like from the moment you start it, you're like, holy crap, this jump in quality is so apparent. Because it went from just like, oh, there's enemies, let's go fight them. We did it. Here's a funny little scene, to like paragraphs of like description and like monologues that are really good, and lines that are so stupid they're amazing. Like, and I'm like, wow, this is a jump in quality. Do you know what else it's a jump in? Difficulty. Because everything up to that point was like really easy in terms of a mobile game. Even it's like, hey, do you have any strong character? It doesn't matter, hit the strong attack button and you'll win. And it's like, okay, that, I mean, and I even said in my videos, I'm like, guys, I haven't been challenged this whole time. And they said wait till Camelot, and I'm like, I doubt it. It can't. I get there, and the first fight you do, the enemies have 100 times more HP than you'd expect. Oh my God. And you're like, oh, this is the first battle. And you're getting to these encounters, and it'll be like, the enemy will be like, by the way, I resist every attack. Nothing is super effective on me. And you'll get to another opponent, it's like, by the way, every turn, my super meter maxes out. Meaning they can just fire off their super move, which is normally just a, oh, well, you wiped my team button. Like, it's normally an instant win button. Mm-hmm. They can do that every turn. It's like...
So it's kind of RNG based?
No. It's now, you need to come up with strategies. It is now, all right, you have a character that gets their meter maxed every turn. Get a team of characters that can suck away their meter. Get characters who have specific anti-male techniques. Because there's characters who deal more damage to male characters. Get those on your team. Come up with strategies. How are you going to block these attacks, right? So it went from just, haha, mobile game, press the buttons, number go up, win PNGs of cute girls, to plan out a strategy and pray to God that it works.
There you go.
And it was, so then that was really good. But then I got to the final boss, and I, in advance, came up with a strategy. And so being able to go to that final boss who has so much HP, does so much damage, and just come up with a strategy that nearly destroys her in one turn... I felt so gigabrain. It was so good. I ascended. SpongeBob gift. It was so good. It was really good there. This part is so good. They're literally taking this chapter and turning it into a pair of movies, like high budget.
Of course, they are
movies. Well, yeah. but
just more.
But other
it's like a disease.
It is
where it spreads.
But other stuff from the mobile game just got like a TV show and a one-off OVA. But this is getting like a full cinematic thing because it goes Platinum Games level by the end. Like we're talking, there is some there's talk of like, here's how you need to imagine the world. The Earth is a untextured sphere and humanity is just a texture on it like in a video game. And there's a character who wants to basically delete that texture. So not destroy the Earth, but delete the texture of humanity on it. And it's like, and they're describing it, and your characters are going, this doesn't even make sense. And you have like Merlin there, and he's like, no, shut up. And then Sherlock Holmes appears, and you're like, why are you here? And he's like, what a good question, isn't it? And you're like, that makes no sense, but it's so good. Oh, and okay, so it was called Camelot, right? So I expected it to take place in like Britain. So you start it up, and your characters are warped to a desert, and they're like, wait, what? Why are we in the desert? I thought we were going to Camelot. What's going on? And then they're like, is that Jerusalem over there? And so it turns out the Camelot you're in is so basically, King Arthur appeared in Jerusalem, killed all the Crusaders, and turned Jerusalem, the holy city, into Camelot. It's so cool! It's so good! Oh, I love Fate. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I have such a genuine smile on my face. I'm taking you to that damn movie.
Oh, boy.
Just to see how balls to the walls it goes.
I know you're feeling, because that's what I get from JoJo.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, what I'm going to say is here, for a JoJo comparison, the end of Camelot felt extremely similar to me to the end of Stone Ocean.
Really?
Yeah. Not so much in its consequences, but in its lead up. The words convergence of gravity was used multiple times.
That makes sense.
Yeah, right? Where you're seeing stuff and you're like, yeah, this is very similar to that part 6 sort of stuff. You have acceleration of time and convergence of gravity. You know, where you're like, I don't even understand the concepts that are being talked about here. They talk about, because it's all about...
No, I'm getting into it.
I know, right? It's all about the tower at the ends of the world.
Okay.
So it's like the concept of where is the end of the world? And how can we make this tower? It's so good! And it only took like 500 hours of a mobile game to get to.
Well, I mean, like, you're invested.
I am. Better. I'm literally financially invested. I definitely have put money into this mobile game, and I really shouldn't.
Oh, no.
I really shouldn't, but...
I mean, if you enjoy it.
I do, and I want them to make more. So that's why I'm like, I will give you that money.
That's why I'm okay with paying $107 for that Blu-ray, because I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, if you know you're going to enjoy it, and you know it's something... Well, I mean, the only difference is, of course, you know, you keep the Blu-ray when this game gets shut down. That money will literally go nowhere.
Even more.
I mean, hopefully to fund new projects in the franchise, right? Because...
Just solely based on your financial
pretty
input.
Much, because it's just like... There's so much. And I'm like, I'm about halfway through the story that's available right now. It's like so much. And apparently, and it's like less at the beginning, and every part goes on more and more. Yesterday, I literally played for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
And the story goes so wild, because I finished it, right? And it's like, by the end, I was tired. And this is a mobile game. It's so good.
Spice and Wolf.
So this is actually something I watched for the for my Patreons. Mm-hmm. This was one that was commissioned for me. So this was an anime that like I heard of a lot, and the best way to describe it is an economic shonen.
Okay.
Do you know what that means, really?
Kind of.
So it's like imagine a world where instead of Goku going, "Oh, I need to get more power," it's a wolf girl going, "We need to get more money."
Yeah.
And it's all about just economy. It's like the first big thing is the main character's like a trader guy, and he gets approached by another trader, and the trader's like, "Look, they're going to be scrapping the old silver coins for new silver coins. And the new silver coins are going to have less silver in them. So here's what our plan is. Let's get all the old silver coins. We'll melt them down and make more new silver coins because we can melt the silver to get more, right?" And the main character's like, "Well, that's a good idea, but this also sounds like a scam." And so it's all about just scams and money and all that stuff. Very grounded in reality. The only thing is that there is a wolf goddess who joins him on his journey. She is just, yes, of course, who spends a lot of the show naked in the first 6 episodes. Weirdly, she, like, it's strange because she's naked, but this might be weird to say, but not sexualized. She's just naked. They don't draw any of the bits on her. She'll just stand around naked. And it's like, the show doesn't do, like, embarrassing stuff of, "Whoa, why are you naked? Oh, I need to close my," you know. It doesn't do any of that. The other guy is like, he's like, "You know, you might catch a cold if you like that." Okay. And like and it's like a romance show, but like by episode 3, they're basically married. And it's like, and there's no will they, won't they sort of, you know, romance shenanigans. It's just like, he needs to come up with a fake story. He's just like, "That's my wife." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm his wife." Done. And it's like, wow, okay. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to be watching some more. Normally I don't watch, once people sort of, like, commission me to watch one of these shows, I normally don't watch too much more because, I don't know, I usually watch it and, like, I get the gist of it. But this one I do, because this one's really comfy. The whole soundtrack is just, like, comfy, you know, traveling music. And the whole premise of just, let's go here, get some spices. Let's go there, sell them, pick up some fur. Let's go here, you know, just getting money. It's just nice. I like that. The economy sort of stuff.
Cool.
I would like, if I was in another life, I would be a merchant. The only part I couldn't handle is the haggling. I'm too kind for that.
Are you? I feel like you have the potential.
No, I feel bad because whenever we'd go to Mexico with my family, they'd be like, "Don't ever accept the price that they give you. Go to half." And I'm like, "What?" Like, so then we'd go and, you know, they'd say, you know, "Do you want to buy this hat?" And I'd be like, "That's a nice hat, sure." And they're like, no, say no and go for half price. I'm like, "But I'm fine with the price. I don't want to haggle."
You should try it.
I tried, and it was tough. I nearly broke down in tears after, because I'm
you gotta iron it out.
I know.
It's the theme of the podcast. Ironing out.
Ironing things. Do you ever iron your clothes?
No, not at all.
I almost never do. There's a couple things that I literally am not allowed to leave the house if it's not ironed. My family will look for wrinkles. They're like, "You get that to that damn ironing board." Okay.
Meanwhile, my hanging clothes have like wrinkles all over.
But okay, so like t-shirt and jeans, no, absolutely not. I'm talking like the dress shirts and like the suit
stuff
pants.
I don't wear at all.
Yeah, because I mean I have to wear them more than I would personally like.
Do you have an air compressor?
I do. I literally have not only an air compressor, I have an air chamber in the other room.
Oh, not that powerful.
Well, no, but
I just need like the.
Well, no, you just put it in, and then then you can blow it, and you don't have to worry about stuff flying around.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that later.
Yeah, I mean, I use that on my controllers all the time. The only reason I don't do it sometimes is I don't know. Okay, this is a weird thing that I'm into. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. Sometimes I love to take like an older like PS3 or PS4 controller, and I take just like the edge of scissors, and I'll go right through the crack where the two parts are connected.
No,
and
that's satisfying.
And it's satisfying, right? Getting rid of all that dead skin.
Yeah.
And you just pull it and you see all of it coming out and you're like, "Oh, it's clean."
It like lightens the controller.
It not only lightens it, but then when you feel like the gap there and you're like, "Oh,
it's clean.
It's clean. It's nice." Except I did that a few too many times on one of them, and whenever I miss, there's like a gash now in it where the knife was, and I'm like, oh well, that's not as good. I need to use something less sharp.
Speaking of using something less sharp.
Okay, go.
No, I'm just kidding.
How does that relate to the DC Fandome?
The news, Tanner. You have to segue into the news.
I see. The news. That's what we're on to. The news. Well,
you're a presenter. You should know this stuff.
I should. I should.
I know this stuff.
I'm a little tired. I'm a little
off my game last night.
No.
Is that why you were up so
There was nothing. No, I was late last night because I was working at my job late. I pretty much came home and collapsed in my bed and had dreams about being at a water park.
I had a dream of...
Go ahead. I just saw the Joker on your phone.
That's not the Joker. That's Johnny Cage.
Oh, it's Johnny Cage. Okay.
It wasn't recently, but I think, the 21st of August. I remember because I wrote it down.
Oh, yeah.
I think I put it in the Discord. I went to a different universe.
Oh, yeah?
And I came back. A different universe where COVID was already solved.
Oh.
But I came back and told my parents about it, and it's this is what you do. And it's just
here's the solution.
Yeah. So it's
gotta drink your pee.
What?
Yeah. That's why no one solved it. The only people who are past it, they drink at the pee posts. Drink goes the pee pee.
Would you actually do that if it would give you immunity?
I mean, I don't have COVID, so I don't need to drink my pee.
Well, no, if it would give you immunity in the future, would you do it?
If it was captured midstream.
Oh my god.
And if I ensured I drank lots of water so it's clear. I don't want that yellowy stuff. I'm definitely not having it after I eat asparagus.
I didn't want it to go this deep. Just a yes or no.
Have you smelled your pee after you eat asparagus?
No.
It is so stinky.
Oh my god.
Actually, if I want to make it go real crazy,
no, we're gonna go into the news.
After having beets, it makes your pee red. It's like Kool-Aid.
Tanner.
Okay.
The news.
Speaking of pissy pee, DC Fandome.
Okay. This was honestly the best digital event of the whole summer.
Okay, I believe you.
I didn't watch it, but the way...
Wait, let's back that up then.
No, listen. The way it was presented, the way it was received.
I haven't watched it, but it's the best.
Well, I wasn't able to watch it. But the stuff they presented wasn't we're going to throw a shitty game about combining food or whatever,
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. Oh, is that PS5 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
Making food or something?
No. Combining food?
Is that what it's called?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Bug Snacks.
Oh, no. There's the other PS5 food game. The one that they've been showing off.
No.
Yeah, the one where it's literally just food in HD.
No.
I thought that's the one you were talking about.
No, that doesn't exist, Tanner.
I'm going to type in PS5 food game. It does exist.
Bug Snacks.
It's not bug. Play with your food.
I've never heard of that.
That's the one. Play with your food.
Did you notice ESRB got
Yeah, they went back to their old logo.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's literally a game that is just looking at weird food in HD and playing with it physics based.
Seems like a game you'd like.
20 plus foods in various modes.
A reactive soundtrack.
I don't get it. I look at this game and I go, I don't get who this is for.
That.
This is a tech demo that should be free. This is an AR games Nintendo thing.
Reminds me of Katamari.
Right? This is a weird AR game sort of thing. I'm not paying for this.
No?
No.
This isn't a system seller for you?
No. But that's the food game I thought you were talking about.
Anyways, let's go back to DC Fandome.
Actually, can we keep swerving away from it?
We're going to go in. We're going to deep dive.
Oh, okay.
Deep dive. So
you listen to me talk about Fate, so...
Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay, I saw...
the least interested I am.
Really? Because I thought people loved Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman movie.
Well, that's because it was, competing against, Batman vs. Superman and...
Was it? Was it?
No, in terms of quality.
Okay. Yeah, because people say it's the best DC movie, but even still, it's like Thor 2 tier, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks fine. I watched the trailer. Cheetah's in it, if you know who that is.
I assume she has cheetah powers.
It's a cat girl, pretty much.
IRL. But does she have pink hair?
She looks better than any of the cats in Cats.
Okay.
So
it's not a very high standard, but
not really. Not much to say on that one. Batman Gotham Knights was announced.
Features Batman is dead.
That was so funny. I laughed out loud.
So good.
You get to play as Robin, Nightwing,
Red Hood,
and Batgirl. So
not Batwoman.
Batgirl. And it's not a part of the Arkhamverse.
No.
Obviously, because Red Hood was in Arkham Knight, and that happened.
Batgirl has use of her legs.
Yes. So, people theorizing, or the Court of Owls is going to be the main villain group.
I've literally never heard of them.
You haven't heard of the Court of Owls?
Never.
They're like the next big Batman thing, I think.
Okay.
Because they were even hinted at in the new Batman trailer.
They realized, I think we've finished the Joker well.
Yeah.
I think it's all dried up.
But yeah, it looks fun. It has those it definitely has those Arkham elements to it.
Yeah.
And the co-op stuff and all that.
Sure.
I thought you were going to say something.
Nope.
No. The Suicide Squad cast reveal. Did you watch this one?
I did because it's Taika Waititi and he makes good stuff.
So when Polka Dot Man appeared, I'm like, okay, this is what this movie is.
So actually, because on Facebook, sometimes it'll just pick a random screen as like the thumbnail. Like it doesn't always pick the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Polka Dot Man was the thumbnail, and
Yeah.
that's what made me go, hold on a second. All right. Yeah. Let's see this.
Do you want to pull up the cast list?
Sure, we'll be here for a while.
This is well, we don't have to like talk about each one, but it's the Suicide Squad.
I'm sure I don't even have to. Yeah, it's right here. All right, so we got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Did you see that costume? It
No.
looks actually really good.
Okay, Taika Waititi, he'll be in there somewhere. He always puts himself in. Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flagg. Do you remember who half these are?
He's in the first one.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Alice, let's get the one with... Let's just bring up the video because then we can talk about who they look like.
Yeah.
Right? Because...
The Suicide Squad trailer.
Where's that?
Just type it in.
That's it.
Oh,
okay.
Entertainment access. No, it's recap.
Oh my god, I hate
type
this.
in the Suicide Squad.
I'm gonna type in... It's just Suicide Squad 2 trailer. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's see here. Did you know that Dan Active Vitamin A contributes to the normal
things. You don't need to.
I like yogurt in a bottle, though.
You just gave them free advertising.
I didn't say the name.
Oh, you did. You just said it as the first thing.
I definitely didn't say Dan Active by Danny No out loud. All right, so let's see here.
Viola Davis. She was in the first one.
Was she? Okay.
I think this is like an alternate universe version.
Okay, Amanda Waller. We got Joel Kinnaman as...
Okay, so that's not the same actor.
Yeah, Rick Flagg.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker as...
Savage.
Savante. We got Flulia Borg as Javelin. Yeah, there's Margot Robbie. That is a good costume. It's a nice mix of classic and sort of new style. Here we go. Man. We have...
he was
David
in Ant-Man too.
Desmantia as Polka Dot Man. We have Daniela Melchior as the Ratcatcher 2. Because the Ratcatcher 1... his death is like important.
I think so. I don't know.
Well, no, like it is in the comics.
Okay, well,
like,
I have no idea who
Ratcatcher 1 dies, and Ratcatcher 2 is like, well, I'm the Ratcatcher now.
Okay.
We have Idris Elba, needs no introduction, as Bloodsport. Literally just, we don't want to use Deadshot again.
Oh, okay.
Like, and we'll so that we don't have to worry about it.
King Shark.
I'm excited for King Shark.
I think that's who Taika Waititi's going to be.
Probably. Okay, I don't like... the costume for Mongol by Mei Ling.
It reminds me of something.
Mei Ling Ning. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I don't really like this look too much.
No.
I think it's the forehead.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a bit too much forehead. If it wasn't the forehead, if the helmet went down more and it didn't give her massive Vegeta forehead, it'd be a lot better. I don't like. That's the one I don't like too much.
The Thinker.
Peter Capaldi as
that's gonna be interesting.
As the Thinker. He's Doctor Who. Alice Braga as Soria. I don't know anything about her. We got Pete Davidson. Who is he again?
He looks familiar.
He looks very familiar. I think he's a Saturday Night Live guy. As Blackguard. Okay, so
Nathan Fillion.
So TDK is there's no hero called TDK. But there is people think they know who this is, and it's like there's a theory and I saw it. It's like something crazy.
The Corporation
is superhero, not the Dark Knight, but no. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, he is Arms Fall Off Boy. He is Arm Fall Off Boy, a supervillain whose arms fall off. Yeah. So that's why people are really excited because
that's gonna be funny.
His arms fall off. So yeah, Nathan Fillion. You know why we like Nathan Fillion in our house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've told that before. Because look, do you see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay, Sean Gunn.
Have you seen
as
the set
Weasel?
photos of not the set, but like
no?
In Jai Courtney, he was in the first.
He was in the first. I remember that. Didn't he die though, or who died? Who died right at the start of Suicide Squad?
The hook shot.
The hook shot guy. He dies right away.
Yeah, that's so funny. John Cena
as the Peacemaker.
He just has a big gun.
Big gun man. And that's a good group, but I am worried about some of them potentially not getting a lot of screen time. That's a lot.
Yeah. But I feel like it's already going to be better than the first one.
Well, yeah, because you have characters that look like they're like designed well.
Yeah.
I hate that we have to say Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad for the first one because it did.
Remember Killer Croc was in the first one?
And he was the reason why it won Best Makeup. Like, come on.
Not Joker?
Or Joker 2. Oh, so bad.
All right. Then finally, Justice League, the Snyder Cut trailer. Okay, so the thing about this, right? I'm looking forward to it a little.
I do not see how it can make the movie better.
But it's Snyder's vision undisrupted, pretty much. It's going to be a 4-part thing.
Have you seen other Zack Snyder films? They're not
masterpieces. I went on the level at least of Man of Steel. Because Man of Steel is competent enough to be enjoyable.
Is it? Every shot where they basically say Superman is Jesus.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of that.
Do you remember the scene where he descends in the cross pose with the light behind him? It's going.
He's also in the same shot as he's in a church and
he's literally in a church and there's Jesus behind him and he's praying. And the priest is like, with powerful men, they have to do powerful things. Like Jesus is like the Superman. It's like, come on.
And it does feel really full of itself. They use Hallelujah for the trailer.
Oh my God, do they? Oh my God, it sounds so bad.
It's a well put together trailer, which I really like.
Do you know why? Because Zack Snyder makes trailers. He makes trailers and music videos. That is his career.
So listen, Darkseid looks garbage.
Have you seen him? Okay.
He looks like a PS2.
Hold up. This is the one thing that I think many people are super overreacting on. I think he looks fine.
Well, to modern day standards, he doesn't look.
And I think it's fine.
He doesn't look anywhere close as Thanos does.
All the screenshots I've seen of him just make me go, "That's what people are complaining about."
Well,
it's
look
like
him up.
Whatever.
Darkseid Justice League.
He's like this one right here.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It looks okay.
Honestly, if there's so many worse things that will be in this movie than the graphics of Darkseid, like for real. There's going to be. It's 6 hours long.
4.
No, 6 1-hour-long specials. That's what they said.
No, it's only 4.
You sure?
I'm sure. It's 4 1 hours, and then there's going to be an option to watch it all at once. So there's they have a shot of the like the Justice League meetup place, I think.
Okay.
Or some place. Maybe it was Wayne Manor. It's destroyed, and you see like a Joker card fly past.
Oh my god.
So there might be Joker in the future.
Really?
Okay, listen. I'm going to get to this later, but I really like the way where DC's going right now after this.
With
Joker? Not with Joker. I that was a bad segue, but there's a few other things. So Flash, they didn't show much of it, but they pretty much confirmed they're going the multiverse route. So DCEU is still a thing, right? But they're going to be creating more independent stuff, which is what they do best. Mm-hmm. Like the Dark Knight, Joker. Well, Joker's already Joker, but like the Dark Knight is a part of that multiverse now.
Okay.
Like every DC property now is a part of that multiverse, and Flash is going to be able to open that up.
Okay.
So Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be in the Flash.
Yes.
Which is like cool. Yeah. Right. So I'm liking this. Because I think DC's finally realizing, hey, we don't need to compete with Marvel because they're doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. And while we did copy a bit, we didn't find the same success because we weren't making good movies.
No.
You need to make a good movie to be successful.
You do.
Which is pretty common sense, but they didn't realize that until now. So
And here's the thing. You can make a bad movie every now and then.
Yeah.
But as long as the majority are good, then you're good.
So that's why I'm excited with DC. I think now that Marvel's kind of that huge Infinity Saga is over.
Yeah.
I think it's time for DC to do their own thing now.
Okay.
So
sure.
Well, Black Adam saw like a little bit of concept art.
The Rock.
Yeah, he's going to be facing off against the Justice League of America, Justice Society of America, I think.
Okay.
Which is completely different characters.
No idea who that is.
Then there's the Shazam 2 called Shazam: The Something of the Gods.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. Then Rocksteady's Suicide Squad got shown off. Mm-hmm. Coming out in 2022. I mean, it was just kind of a CGI trailer.
That's what it was, so we don't know anything about it.
Pretty much. But
wonder how many women were harassed to make that game.
Oh my god, because it's a Rocksteady?
Well, yeah, have you seen the stuff coming out of that studio from the reports?
Not really.
Oh, it's bad.
Really?
Oh, they had first off like they had this whole thing of like, you know, a whole bunch of employees basically said like, look, the harassment here at this workplace is unbearable. Rocksteady themselves came out and said, you know, we talked with our current employees and we see like it's a very fringe group of people saying this. The majority of our employees don't believe this. And then the majority of the employees made their own letters saying, no, it's actually that bad.
Huh.
So
hopefully that gets
ironed out.
Sticking
with that. Okay.
And then finally the main event.
Okay.
The Batman. Have you watched the trailer yet?
No.
This is like looks stupid good.
Okay.
I'm so excited because I'm so excited they're leaving Ben Affleck Batman behind now. Mm-hmm. Because that was
and going with the pick that a lot of people didn't like, but apparently a lot of people are saying like this is a good one with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, like it's a trailer, I know, but like just the way he carries himself in the role looks really good.
And the one thing I heard is that though, like the brutal beatdown Batman gives in that trailer would not leave a man alive.
So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But I like how it's going even darker. Like I think that's what Batman is.
Okay.
That's why I love.
You're welcome to your own opinions.
That's why I love The Dark Knight. Right? It's so grounded in as much realism as you can go.
Okay.
And they're just like doubling down on that. I still love the fact that the bat symbol is pieces of the gun that killed his parents. That's so cool.
I forgot. Oh, it wraps back around. It's so stupid. It wraps back around to being awesome.
The Riddler is in it. He's
riddle me this, Batman.
Well, at the first scene of the trailer is him like wrapping duct tape around a guy's head.
Okay.
And all that, and he's in like a huge like You can't see his face. He's in goggles and his...
It better be Jim Carrey again.
It's not.
It better be Jim Carrey again in a skin-tight, like, question mark suit.
But, like, you can obviously tell because he has, like, the green...
When there's riddles in the trailer.
Yeah.
In which people have already solved.
So he's pretty much... Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much the main villain, with Penguin being, like, the secondary. Mm-hmm. Like, all most Batman movies are. Yeah. They have, like, their main villain and their secondary.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it because the tone it sets is really cool and all that. So
okay.
Catwoman's in too.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. She has like it's kind of like a face mask, but the parts of the face cut out and like there's like little ears on the tops where like the toque kind of, you know, when you have a toque and it kind of like goes up in places.
Why do they always cowered out on Catwoman?
What do you mean?
Like, it feels like every time they do her, it's like, well, they're not actually ears. They're goggles that when she puts on her head, they look like ears.
There's not going to be literal catgirls in the Batman universe. Gosh dang it.
They better be.
So you were hinting at it. You don't like the serious Batman. You like more cartoony.
Oh, I'm way more for... Well, I think there's a good mix you can have. Like, the original Batman movie was a really good mix of the two. Like, the Jack Nicholson Joker sort of one. That was a really good mix of the two, I felt. Because I way prefer cartoony Batman. You know, like, give me the blue suit instead of the black. Like, the blue and the gray. Give me, you know, Robin in, like, his tight, bright red spandex. You know, and give me them, you know, dealing with like, oh, we need to get rid of this bomb. Use the bat catapult. You know, like I love that. I love that.
That's not Batman to me.
That's Batman to me.
All right, well, live with your sorrow.
Live with my sins.
Sins, and yeah, that's pretty much DC Fandome.
Okay.
So
I did not watch opening night live.
Okay, I did.
I didn't.
I can. We're not going to go in as in depth as we did with Fandome, but Jurassic World Evolution coming to Switch November 3rd.
Hopefully, it comes with the DLC because there was a damn lot of it.
Called Black Ops Cold War.
Okay.
Trailer with branching paths.
Remember, the game is not political.
No,
it's not political.
Even though there's.
Okay.
Unknown 9, which is pretty much just King Crimson, the video game.
Okay.
That's all I can say about it.
Sounds good. I'd never even seen it.
Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods Part 1 trailer.
So this game's going to be standalone too.
Yeah, it is, which is interesting. Has the Titans from the original game. They seem like they're going to help you out some more. I think it's post game, so it takes place after the game. So Probably. We'll see what happens there. Still a lot of mystery around it. It's coming out in October, I believe.
Okay.
So, New Dragon Age.
Oh, yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, of course you do. Mm-hmm. I wonder when it's going to get to a point where you don't know.
Can I just... Well, it already is, pretty much.
Oh, I thought...
It pretty much already is. I just knew about the game, what it's going to be about. Can I just spoil the end of Dragon Age Inquisition for you?
Go ahead.
Because you're never going to play it.
No, I have it, but I'm not going to play it.
That's fine. Don't worry. So, literally at the end of the game, you beat the final boss, and then you go into, like, the post-game world, and one of your party members just goes away. Just leaves. And you're like, what does that mean? Why did you just leave the party? And all throughout the game, there's like this symbolism that there's like this wolf god who's trying to destroy the world. And you're like, what's going on with that? And there's nothing really else. Like, you just see hints of it. But on like the player cards, his card is literally him walking away with a wolf shadow behind it, hinting that you've literally had like the demon of the next game in your party the whole time.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
So
we'll see.
So it's about him. There was a few more cinematic trailers for Dragon Age, the new one there, that showed, it's about him being evil now. So, So when he's in your party, he talks about stuff, and he's kind of like, oh, you know, it would be kind of cool if the evil demon god was like working around here, but that'd be crazy. It'd be wild.
Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead.
This is a weird crossover.
So the trailer started out with like a guy surviving. I'm like, and then there's like zombies. I'm like, it'd be funny if this was Walking Dead, and it ended up being so. But I didn't expect it to be Bridge Constructor.
I guess it makes a little bit of sense, you know, with you can have.
They're gonna have like the vehicles from the TV show.
Vehicles, but also maybe ones to stop zombies. Make a bridge that the people can get over, but not the zombies, right? So there's some fun stuff that can be done there.
Eugene, Michonne, and one other character is going to be in it confirmed.
All right.
I'm going to get it because,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Sam and Max VR game.
I saw a lot of people pop off for Sam and Max and a lot of people pop it down for VR.
So, I don't know.
I have no connection with Sam and Max. I'm going to be very honest. That was the thing for like PC gamers in like the late 90s there. Not me.
WoW expansion.
Wow. Sorry.
Crash 4 flashback tapes.
So what is this? Because I didn't.
It's pretty much the hard versions of levels. Like in the original Crash trilogy where you went off to like a side level.
Yeah.
It's pretty much this, but with a new name.
Okay. All right.
So it's coming out just over a month now.
Interesting.
So, the game.
Yeah.
Little Nightmares 2.
All right.
Looks really good. I think I'd be interested in this.
Little Nightmares was a game that I know a lot of people really liked, so.
And it looks even more scarier.
Yeah. Well, spooky. It's not a scary game. It's like a Tim Burton-y type. Okay. Where it's like where you're a bit unsettled, but for the most part it's still an enjoyable ride.
All right. Sims 4 cross Star Wars stuff. William Dafoe.
Sure. Okay.
William Dafoe, James McAvoy, and Daisy Ridley are in 12 minutes.
Okay.
Which is that Bites the Dust game.
Oh, okay.
Where it like repeats the
Yes, right.
So they're in that, which is pretty good.
Interesting.
Then Fall Guys Season 2 reveal.
Medieval theme, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You have medieval maps and costumes.
I hope they keep up the theming so that once it's all done, you can have like totally crazy sorts of like just go from like medieval to underwater to futuristic to ice level
and have the levels based on that, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like the potential of this game.
Absolutely.
So, Medal of Honor. I had no idea this game even existed.
Well,
it's like a new Medal of Honor game.
Oh, but it's VR.
Is it?
It's VR. They literally show the guy with the hands in the trailer.
I kind of left when it was playing.
Well, I just saw because I saw a highlight reel and it was literally someone like it was a reaction thing, and because you literally at one point sneak up behind an enemy and then have to break their neck with your hands. Oh, okay. And he's like, break the neck, yeah! And he was like freaking out. So,
new Lego Star Wars trilogy thing.
Sure.
Saga?
No. I've Legoed out.
Struggling trailer, which is made by the same people who made Planet Coaster and Zoo, which I found out. So Frontier Games.
Interesting.
Beat said it's kind of like a gross on purpose.
Oh God, I think I remember seeing that in a highlight reel for something, and when it popped up,
it was on the Indie Direct.
Yeah, when it came up in the Indie Direct, everyone in our chat was like, "Never show that game again. Never show it. We hate it."
And Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart trailer.
Yep.
It looks awesome, as always. Nefarious was revealed, I think.
Yep.
He's like a part of the game now.
Okay.
Anything to say about that?
Nope.
No? All right.
Let's continue. We still got news.
For West or East?
We'll just keep... I like doing it all together because then we don't go back and forth and have to keep scrolling.
All right. PS5 is not backwards compatible with Ps3, Ps2, or Ps1 games, according to a Ubisoft posting.
Makes me want to cry. Makes me want to die. I mean, honestly, for me, PS1 and PS2, whatever, I just want to play my PS3 games on a system that's not the PS3. I don't like the PS3 controller anymore. It feels so gummy.
Maybe one day.
PS6. The PlayStation 6.
Do you have that new thing? No.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We'll talk about that.
The PS5 or PS Plus games for September got revealed.
Yep.
PUBG and Street Fighter 5.
2 games that will have a lot of people happy to kill noobs on when it happens.
Ubisoft's Gods and Monsters is now called Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is a downgrade.
A much worse title.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Much worse. Probably the phrase gods. They don't like that in there. Yeah. Because imagine Karen 727 walking in there and being like
they're numbered. Yeah, they come out of the factory.
They're coming, and she looks like there's only one God and it's Jesus, so she'd be very mad.
I can't believe one person has the power to dismantle companies.
Oh yeah,
that's wild. Ubisoft Forward announced for September 10th.
Oh, we don't have the other Ubisoft thing.
What?
We'll keep going. I'll do it at the end.
All right.
Or I'll do it right now actually because it's still Ubisoft. But okay, Ubisoft Forward September 10th.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't care. So, you saw the Tom Clancy thing?
Oh, that thing.
Oh boy, the game.
They have to have known.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what the worst part is?
What?
Seeing all the other Ubisoft brand accounts basically saying like there was like a Rainbow Six Siege Twitter, like the Rainbow Six Twitter is like, don't worry, Elite Squadron, we'll join you on your battle. And then like literally it was all these Ubisoft brands saying like, we'll join you on this intense fight. And it's like the cringiest thing ever. They're like, so not only is it bad, but it's Ubisoft Smash Bros. In addition to being about be the police officer who brutalizes protesters. It's so bad. Like literally the Tom Clancy's like Hawks Twitter had like an airplane that was like, we'll be there to swoop in and help bomb some protesters.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's so bad.
You're joking.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the Rainbow Six Siege one because I know they had one. There was a whole bunch. Okay, where is it here? Let's see here. Because they might have deleted it now with the controversy.
Did you see the GameSpot thing?
Oh,
they linked to the U.S. Army.
They linked to the U.S. Army, and literally then afterwards they had oh, here it is, right here. A new global threat is rising and must be stopped. The Elite Squadron is the last defense against Umbra's tyranny. Note: Umbra literally is the Latin word for black. I will call upon all operatives.
What's the comments?
The Division 2. You can count on us. A division agent will always answer the call when civilians are in danger. There should be a whole bunch. I think it's in this thread. Message received, Eagle 1. Rainbow is committed to global security and destroying Umbra as our pride. Ghost Recon. For an operation this big, you'll need Spec Ops as well as counter-terrorist units. The Ghosts are on board. Ghost Recon, I have some unresolved issues with Umbra. How do you feel about Phantoms?
So bad.
To defeat Umbra, we'll need the best, regardless of their beliefs and past actions. The Phantoms are welcome. Splinter Cell. Like, it just keeps going.
The comments of that.
It just keeps going. They keep doing it. Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell.
Show more replies.
There's so many, all united for a single mission, and then a rabbit is there. Like, it is so cringy. Like, all united for a single mission, ethno-nationalist fascism.
Cringe.
Oh my god, it's so bad. So yeah, and then they deleted the trailer because of the
fist.
I mean, it's the black fist in the trailer,
yeah.
But they're like, that's not even the problem. The game is literally like, we needed to play by the rules before, but it's so bad, we need to get rid of the rules. We need to kill anyone who gets in our way for global justice. It's like, it's just police, like, badness. It's bad.
Damn.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Ubisoft. Oh, and by the way, do you know who that game is directed by?
Who?
Whatever his first name is, but Guillemot. Not to be confused with Yves Guillemot, who is the head of Ubisoft. It is his son, who literally got out of university. He's like 24, and he is now directing his first game. Huh. Strange, isn't it? So not only is it being done by, one, the guy who swept all the Ubisoft, all the bad allegations under the rug, but he's now made his son in charge of this game. Ubisoft.
It's like a disease.
It's bad. It's bad. Well,
enough for Ubisoft?
I think that's it for Ubisoft.
All right. Ant-Man 3 will be much bigger and more sprawling.
Bigger. Sorry, because
I know Ant-Man.
giant Ant-Man grows big to giant man. Okay,
What Ant-Man villains do you know?
buddy, that is a question that I have no answers for. I don't know.
I didn't even know. I thought Ghost was an Iron Man villain. So
I don't know.
unless they just like.
I'm gonna type in Ant-Man villains, and I'm gonna come up with a blank Wikipedia page. Not even the wiki people will know. Probably like, I don't know. Spider? No,
What?
that doesn't work. The human spider.
That's enough.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, just a little bit of sad news.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But well, we say out of nowhere, but I know there was a lot of people. He actually quit social media because people were saying like, "Man, COVID's really done you in. You don't look too healthy," and people kept ragging him on that. And now it's like, well, now we know it was colon cancer.
Can't believe he
He did the
all
movies,
that.
yeah.
So he's like,
that's
yeah,
definitely took a lot of people off guard because we're like, wow,
yeah, because I was just at work scrolling and then I saw that.
It's just out of nowhere, yeah, like wow, right?
So
yeah, we'll have to see, the future of what they're gonna do with, because there's some people saying they should not make another Black Panther movie to for the legacy, but at the same time, it was such a groundbreaking piece of media,
monumental thing,
for representation that shouldn't they could they make more, right, with continuing his legacy?
Yeah,
because I think he would have liked to see
more
movies with that representation, and Black Panther was beloved, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the question, right? And you
got to move forward while being respectful.
Exactly, right? So that's the sort of debate to be had there. So
yeah, we'll see.
But
may he rest in peace.
For sure.
All right, and that's it for Western news.
That's it for the West. Moving on to the East, we actually have 2 Nintendo Directs to cover.
Whoa.
Wow.
Neither being Nintendo games focused.
No, but I thought they were both really good.
Yeah. We'll go through them.
Okay. First off was the Indie World Direct. Starting off with a port of Hades.
Yeah.
Which that trailer was
it's so good.
Really well animated. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it has cross-play cross-save with PC. So that's awesome. So people who had the PC version, bring your saves portably.
There you go.
Sick. Next one there, Raji, an ancient epic, basically Indian Devil May Cry.
And it's made by Indian people, which is really cool.
Yes. So. I actually was offered to do they sent me a code for this, or they asked me if I wanted to, and I just said right now I'm not in a good space with that just because I don't have the time to commit to it. But but yeah, it's apparently people are saying it's really good. Spiritfarer, which we saw in a couple sort of different things before, but I think
a demo of this on Steam.
Oh yeah,
and it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I didn't really dive into it.
I think it is one you need to dive into to really to get into the experience of it, because it's like a Harvest Moon on a boat, but you're bringing people to the afterlife. You're bringing animals to the afterlife. Yeah,
that's really wholesome too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Great animation for sure. Untitled Goose Game Co-op. This was the one that they ended with, and I thought normally they end with the big news, and I actually thought this was the smallest news.
So people like Kirby, Kirby. They've sent the
yeah.
They thought it was a Smash announcement.
Oh God,
for the split.
I didn't think that for a second.
Who would even thought that too?
I thought it was going to be Duck Game or Goose Game 2.
That's what I thought too.
I thought it was either Goose Game 2 or Goose Game 2.
Can you imagine the Goose in Smash?
No.
No?
Never.
Oh, come on.
No. A Goose Me costume, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. With it, the head disappeared, and it's the Me Gunner, and the hand is the goose mouth. So it's just like firing a goose mouth.
Firing a goose mouth?
Yeah. It makes a goose sound every time a honk. Oh, right. I'm the one doing this. Right. Sorry. So Goose Game Co-op, they ended with it. It's an update. Going to be on disc for the physical version coming out. So, yeah. A short hike. Mm-hmm. Looks real good.
Yeah.
For sure. That's about all I'll say about that. Torchlight 3. Got no feelings. Looks like Diablo.
My roommate plays the second one. He really likes it. So,
well, there we go.
It's for those people.
Yeah. We got Takashi and Hiroshi, which is like a clay motion game where you're like an older brother programming an RPG for the younger brother. The trailer makes it look out to be that the younger brother is like sick and dying in the hospital. I've been told that, hey, guess what? That's not the plot. Don't worry. Thank God. Because I was like, if you're making an RPG for your dying brother and he dies at the end, that's going to suck. I've been told it's not. Okay. I've been told, don't worry. It's sort of like when you see a movie about a dog, you're like, well, yeah. I know how this is going to end.
Yeah.
Hypnospace Outlaw, which is a good game. Weird that it's on Switch. Weirder still, you can plug in a USB mouse and keyboard.
How much do you know about it?
I watched Vinny play a ton of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
Oh, it's cool. Oh, it's really cool.
Oh, I should play it then.
It's basically you are an internet inspector browsing the internet for illegal activity, essentially. So you're basically going through a ton of people's like homemade websites, and you like if you see like you have a list of rules. It's sort of like Papers, Please, but instead of one time limits, there's like no time limit, but you're just reading websites and you have a rule that's like no copyrighted material. So if you see someone like, take a look at my fan shrine to this, including illegally downloaded MP3s, you can like stamp it to say you can't do that. It's really cool. And it's like its own sort of
add to the wish list.
Yeah, it's like its own sort of 90s alternate internet, or even 80s. It's cool.
It's weird that it's on Switch though.
Yeah. Well, it's good for it to be portable because there's a hefty amount of content in it. But the weird thing about it is just you can plug in a mouse and keyboard and play. And apparently Nintendo requested that. Why are you looking at Ni no Kuni, dude?
It's on sale.
It's not worth it.
Really?
I
hear people love that game.
I don't love it. I don't love it too much.
Okay. Anyways.
It's a bit of a strange one. Card Shark.
Nino?
Yes.
Just realized that.
Yeah, that's there you go. Card Shark, you are I'm
interested in this.
The oldie Victorian.
Is it on Steam?
French sort of card guy, and I think it's Switch exclusive actually. You're doing card tricks. You're actually doing. Nope. You're playing cards and cheating at cards. And if you don't cheat right, it's not. Oh, it's on
coming
Steam
out. It's coming out next year.
Okay. Don't get caught cheating at cards, basically.
Yeah.
And apparently the game will actually teach you how to cheat at cards, which feels like it might be a bad thing altogether. This game will result in people dying.
If you say so.
If it teaches people how to do cheating at cards and they go to like Vegas, they're going to die. I hope the game starts with a warning screen saying, don't actually do that stuff in real life, you will die. Manifold Garden, that's the one where it's like the weird, like crazy perspective stuff. This was another one that I was offered to do a code on, and I was like, nope, this game will give me a headache. Apparently, like the latest, like the late puzzles in the game actually destroy your mind and make the console chug because it's like it can barely handle what's being done.
Interesting.
But it's a crazy sort of a thing like that. Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero.
I want to get this on Steam because I see Vinny play it a lot. He likes it.
Good. It's good. I played it in VR and it was terrifying.
Well, it's like Endless Ocean 3.
If by Endless Ocean you're in a fantasy world and there's weird sort of story stuff and horrible deep sea monsters that terrify me. Below Zero is the sequel. Okay. And it's like it's totally different. It's not the same at all. Like it's not like an addition. It's like, what's that?
Gene has it.
Oh yeah,
like our Gene.
I think he says that he likes it.
Oh, I didn't want to add it to cart.
Oh no,
not yet.
Whoa, don't purchase that. I'd wait to see if you're getting it on Switch to see like how it runs there, but on PC it would probably run pretty good.
See, this is the thing. I'm like, if it's on PC, why? It's just going to PC. You know.
The only thing for like the Switch is the portable. If like for example,
well, that's the thing I gotta make. I hate having so much accessibility now because it's like, where does it go? You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, there's a point where like you have so much accessibility that it crumbles your brain. Like piece of paper.
Sure. Okay, I sort of see where you're going with that. Garden Story. Looks cute.
Yeah.
I saw GIFs of that on Twitter before, shared by the developer. Boy, you just love to put the name Story in your games, though, now. Like, it's in everything now. And then the game that made everyone go, is that Hollow Knight? No, that's Ori and the Blind... No, it's Evergate.
What's this one again?
This is the one that looks 100% like Ori and the Blind Forest. Like, it looks so much like Ori and the Blind Forest. I'm going to type it into here. It's Evergate. Like, look at this. Look how much it looks like Ori. And, like, the movement and everything, it made everyone go, wow, your game this is an Ori-like. It's an Ori-like game.
Huh.
Apparently it's really bad. It's out. Bear and Breakfast. That was, like, a one where you're a bear building a breakfast place.
You probably hate that game.
Why?
There's breakfast in it.
No. I'm not the one eating it. I don't dislike breakfast. I just like eating breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I don't remember Inmost.
You don't?
No.
This is the one that came out recently. It's made by the same people who made that game.
Which very descriptive. Thank you. I don't remember it at all. Let's see if I remember it when I hit paste. I hit save. No. Inmost.
You doesn't ring a bell?
No.
Go to the general search.
I mean...
Inmost on Steam, just go there. Inmost on Steam.
Okay. Oh, it's my Chucklefish.
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this.
Really?
No.
I'm really interested in this.
Huh. Okay. And then the struggling again, which made me go, take that off the screen.
Cool.
Okay, but now, that was the indies. Now it's time for the partner showcase, which I really liked. I thought this one was awesome, and that people who were complaining are little bitch bum babies. So, this one sucks. Just Dance 2021. I mean, of course, whatever, blah. Next one, also World of Tanks. It's a pay to win, free to play game.
Oh, is it?
Bad. Now, you know what's not bad? You know what's bad in the definition of it being awesome? The Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack. So this is ports of the 2 Taiko no Tatsujin RPGs, which never came to the West. So this is like, not only are we getting the games, but we're getting them together on the Switch. And the best part is, because it's on the Switch, I can use my brand new, I haven't played it yet, but I got in just yesterday, my drum pad. So I've been able to like take it out and actually like to... Have you seen the song list?
No.
Sonochi no Sadame is in there.
Really?
Yeah, dude. The song list has so many, like, it has all the, like, pretty much every Shonen Jump anime has its themes in there.
Huh.
So, because, remember, this was a 3DS game, so it came out a while ago. So when it came out, like, the JoJo opening was fairly new, so it won't have any newer stuff. Though there are 9 new songs in it, one of which is the Demon Slayer opening, which is really good. So, like, that's a really good one.
Cool.
But, like, the track list for that game is incredible. You have so many things that, like, there's some that make you go, really? That song's in this? Because remember, the first one has Undertale music in it.
Oh, yeah.
It has Toho music in it. It has Monster Hunter. It has Phoenix Wright, Kirby, Splatoon, Mario, Zelda, games from every franchise, like, and anime. It has all of, like, the Kamen Rider openings, though those are not available in the North American version for the Drum and Fun, so that might not come. But yeah, there's like all this cool stuff. So, and they're RPGs. So you would get into random battles and it picks one of the songs and like you have to drum to beat the opponents, and the higher level they are is like the difficulty of the song. And so, for example, if you run into a monster from Monster Hunter, it'll play a Monster Hunter theme and you have to drum to it. If you run into a Kirby enemy, it'll do Kirby music. You can recruit Kirby, DDD, Phoenix Wright, a bunch of Monster Hunter monsters, and Toho characters. So it's like, it's real cool.
Huh.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's Jump Force Deluxe Edition. You know it's bad.
I just want to know who that JoJo DLC character is.
Yeah, we'll have to learn. But the crazy thing is that the trailer for this game ran at 10 frames per second.
No.
Yeah. Did you not watch it?
I didn't notice it was 10 frames a second.
Oh, it was bad. Like the console game itself runs at a fairly consistent about 40. Like it's more than 30, but it doesn't hit pure 60 on PS4. But like, the system can barely handle it. But you know, it's a popular game mostly for kids. You know, kids will see it and go, Goku, and buy it. So, and it comes with the first DLC pack, which has some really good characters in it.
Cool.
So, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered. Boy, they botched this one. Region locked online. Bad. And not only that, even if you do get on, and there's no local multiplayer, which was like one of the best parts. Honestly, I'd rather just play the original at this point. Yeah. But the other bad part is, so the original one is sort of like Dungeons and Dragons, where like you can get a group of people, and when you go through a dungeon, you all gain benefits from it, and like you all level up, and you go to towns together, you do everything together, right? This one, there's no town sections that you can do multiplayer. It's only the dungeons. And the only person who gets the rewards from the dungeon, minus like experience and stuff, is the player who selects it. So if you're selecting the dungeons and you complete it, everyone else still has to complete it for their story.
That's lame.
It's bad. So meaning that to complete the game, you must do each dungeon 4 times with a group of 4.
Huh.
It's not looking good. I heard as a single player game, it is improved. Because the game is not built for single player, but people got by, and this is like has improvements for single player, but it's not that great. So, yeah, I think I'd rather just get a bunch of friends together with GBAs and play it on the GameCube instead, because this version is not as good.
Hopefully they fix it.
Hopefully, that'd be nice, but probably not, because it's in how the game is made pretty much. This is a cool one: Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend. So you might be a bit confused why it's called this. Why it's called Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a game series called Saga, Saga, that when the Game Boy titles got brought to North America, they just called them Final Fantasy Adventure, even though they're not actually Final Fantasy games. They're Saga games, which is another franchise entirely for Square Enix. They just rebranded them because they thought, haha, get that Final Fantasy money. So they're not actually Final Fantasy games. They are Saga, but they came out in North America as Final Fantasy Legends. So they gave it this title to be like, make people go, oh, I love Final Fantasy Legend, but also it's actually Saga.
Oh, okay.
So it's sort of like the Mana collection there, because the first Secret of Mana game was called Final Fantasy Adventure. So it's like, it's another thing where it's like they called it that, but it's not actually, right? Captain Tsubasa, Rise of New Champions. Another game that made me go, you are chasing money, but don't buy it on this system, because that was another one where it was running at like 10 frames per second in the trailer. And it's
so stupid.
The
game looks so stupid.
So the actual game on like PS4 though is the best soccer thing ever. It is just soccer without limits.
Is that like those actions happening? Are those player actions?
Yes.
Of like the ball going towards the net and the goalie there, but then someone like knocks them out?
Yes.
That's like a player doing that?
No.
In a cutscene?
Well, no. You basically have skills. So like you could have something where it's like, if you have this player near the goal, when another character shoots towards it, they can push the goalie out of the way.
Okay.
Isn't
that illegal?
Oh boy. You have characters. There's full-on Dragon Ball Z aerial fighting in this game.
That's sick.
It's like, it's ridiculous. It's literally like soccer with no limits.
Huh.
Like they gain, literally you have a character who will grab onto the soccer ball and fire it like a Hadoken.
Jesus.
It's ridiculous. Captain Tsubasa is like a 50s manga, and it's that era of they realized we can be as stupid as we want. Here's a fun fact for you. If you buy this game physically, the packaging is in Spanish. The reason why is it was not meant to get a physical release, but when Mexico and Latin America, who love this series, I grab a toilet paper or something for the condensation on the glass. But when they were releasing the game there, they're like, we don't have the internet for it to be a download only game. So they released it physically, really only for like Mexico and Latin America. But they made so many copies that they're like, we'll ship some to the rest of the world. But they're all in Spanish. Which it's football. They love their football, right? Interesting. Yeah, they love their football. So that's a fun one there. There's also... Oh, I thought you were like waving like, am I stinky? Like, what's going on? Minecraft Dungeons DLC. Apparently Minecraft Dungeons, much like the other games like that we talked about, like Torchlight, it's just worse Diablo. So yeah. Don't. Fuser. That's the DJ one, right? Yeah. So you can do the acapella of Smash Mouth.
Person who was way too enthusiastic about it.
I honestly, whenever I watch these things, because now they air, they don't air live.
Or you just kind of skip it?
I literally skip anything that I'm like, I don't care about. And then I noticed you wrote it in as Kingdom Farts Melody of Parf. That is not the title. It is Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. I am really excited for this because it is canon in the story.
Doesn't it spoil the third one? And it takes place before the third one?
No, it takes place like the ending scene this is a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Huh.
Yeah. This is a sequel.
So weird.
This is a proper sequel to Kingdom Hearts 3. Those cutscenes that they show off, and it's explained in the story. At one point in Kingdom Hearts 3, at the end, Kairi goes to sleep in this bed, and they're like, well, we're recompiling her memories. That's this game, is the recompiling of the memories.
Huh.
The track list looks good. The combat looks fun. The Switch version does have a unique multiplayer battle mode.
The logo.
Yes.
The things that connect?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's not because it doesn't connect because it's not Sora. It's only if you play as Sora.
Don't you play as Sora?
No.
Technically? Because you're running?
Well, that's just the Sora and Kairi's memories. That's not actually Sora.
Oh, okay.
That's just the memory of the battles and stuff.
Of course.
But yeah, the track listing is good. They did confirm the Disney music is in, so, you can play to Let It Go and stuff, which is okay, sure. There's boss battles, which will actually feature, like, avoiding the boss's attacks and stuff, which is going to be pretty cool. A lot of music. Real good for music rhythm fans, which is a genre I really like.
It was a big focus.
Yeah. It's a good genre. It's a fun genre. It's fun to just play around with, so.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, that's the end for the Nintendo Directs, but we're not done yet. Next up, interview came out today. Sakurai basically said he turned down doing rollback for Smash's netcode because he said that the negatives outweighed the positive, which makes a lot of people who are armchair developers go, but PlayStation All-Stars has it, why can't you? Ignoring the fact that they don't develop games, so they don't know what they're talking about.
He also of all the stage morphine and items and all that, probably.
There's other stuff, probably. It's rollback has problems in that it is very resource intensive. So by doing it, you have to basically to do rollback, you're playing the game 3 times. Your copy, your opponent's copy, and then it extrapolates from the data a third true copy. So every second, it's basically comparing your game to the true copy version to see if it's the same. If a mistake is made, it will copy the true version into your game. So that's why sometimes you'll see an opponent like warp somewhere is because it realized, oh wait, your version's wrong. We're going to copy it from the true one. So it's resource intensive because you have to basically play the game 3 times over.
Interesting.
Right? He also said a line that made me laugh, which is he said, I heard from Harada that 60% of players play Tekken on Wi-Fi, and he thought that number was big. Now, because the Switch doesn't have a built-in wired connector, I'm sure most players play on Wi-Fi. And then he says, but that's okay. Just have good Wi-Fi, which makes the fighting game players go, oh my god, that's not how it works. Maybe in Japan, but not in the West. So that was kind of funny. A new Sakura Wars game was announced called Sakura Revolution. a mobile game made by Delightworks. Delightworks are the makers of the Fate mobile game. So they know what to do, how to make a good one. So just a case of, let's see how that one is. Wonder Boy Asha in Monster World was announced. So a remake of one of the Wonder Boy games. It's a remake made by the original team. And it doesn't look that great.
Why?
It is, so they took a game with like beautiful sprite work and stuff and gave it lifeless 3D instead. And everyone's just like...
Secret of Mana remake?
The anime... No.
Worse than that?
Oh, real bad.
Oof.
Basically, it looks real bad. Like, the animations look sub-mobile game. So, it's bad. So that's why everyone's going like... Yeah, right now there's no reason to play it. And it's a remake. So it's like, just play the original. There's no reason to play the new one if it's just a worse looking, worse playing one. So, hashtag Pokemon Master Sex.
Did they not see this?
So, okay. I'm 100% convinced it was done on purpose so that people talk about it.
Oh.
Because let's be real.
No one's talking
about Pokemon Masters at all, or let alone the EX version that came out a year later. No one cares that much. So by this, it got so many eyes on it that, like, yeah, everyone was talking about it. It's hilarious.
There you go.
This is interesting. The rarest Fire Emblem game got an English fan translation. So BS Fire Emblem Arachneia War Chronicles. BS means it's a Satellaview game, meaning that literally it was broadcast to systems, like through satellite, and then you couldn't play it ever again. So they got the source data. They actually got the broadcast data, because how it would work is literally on your Super Nintendo, they would use the radio to broadcast in voice acting and orchestrated music on the Super Nintendo. So you play the game, and it would play like through the radio, essentially. Now, they were lucky that they were able to like save the radio broadcast so that they can replay it while you play. But literally, it meant like with this Satellaview, if you weren't playing at the Fire Emblem hour, you couldn't do it. Like it was by radio. There was no backup, right? Yeah. So they actually got it. It not only is it saved, but it's got an English translation too.
Cool.
Another fan project which is cool. Persona 1 HD was completed by fans.
I saw this.
So it is not a game, like not a fan game. It is actually just a texture pack for Persona 1 on the PSP. Okay. So one, it's fully legal. It's just a bunch of PNGs. And what you do is when you go to play it on the emulator, you can click a button that says replace textures, and you can just drag it in, and it just up-reses everything to look really good.
That's what I did with Animal Crossing.
Exactly, right? So and they already confirmed they're already working on Persona 2 HD. These are based off the PSP versions, so they're not the crappy PS1 ones.
Okay.
They're much better already, and it's just taking the graphics, which are very pixely because it's the PSP, and making them smooth in HD. And it does look really good.
Cool.
So this name probably means nothing to you, but to every nerd who's a weeb in junior high for our age is going to pog off at this. They're making a new Haruhi Suzumiya novel. So Haruhi Suzumiya was an anime, but it was before that light novel series, which was like a lot of people, at least in my school, their kind of introduction into thinking man's anime, into the anime that's not just like, generic sort of Dragon Ball or Kitty stuff. It was really good. And so it was based on a series of novels, and after a decade, it's getting a new novel. And they also confirmed they're not only doing an English release of the new novel, but they're going to do an English release of all of them. So, hey, that's really good.
Cool.
That show is really, really good. If the fan base is a bit cringy, but it was...
Isn't all fan bases.
Well, it was to a point where people were changing their Facebook religion to Haruhiism.
Jesus.
And by people, I mean me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of cringe, Sorry, you shouldn't drink while I speak. Netflix, the Resident Evil show, they announced that it's about the Wesker babies. It is about the two latest teens in the Wesker family.
They're so tone deaf.
Returning to Raccoon City to deal with the sins of their family's past.
Sins of the father.
Yeah. Apparently it's going for a Stranger Things audience, which is like...
I saw someone say, not Netflix, you gotta stop with this shit.
It's weird. Speaking of weird, Fall Guys is coming to China on mobile. So an official version of it, which will be on mobile, is going to China. Because it's gonna be popular. Yeah. Their PUBG was popular there, so Fortnite was before it got banned.
Are we some sort of Fall Guys?
Yeah, I guess so. And now, hopefully, though, if they're playing on mobile, that means they'll play with everyone else, and we can destroy them because they're playing with touch controls. Okay, but there's so many videos, though, that I've seen, and it scares me, where they're like, there's kids who have played their whole life video games on touchscreens, and they're able to play competitively with adults on consoles with controllers or mouse and keyboard.
That's terrifying.
And like you just see the kids and they're like touching the screens and going wild, and you're like, I don't get it. How can you touch it? And they're like, whatever. I've always played games like this. And you're like, it's weird. That's weird. But
that's their generation.
That's their generation.
Yeah.
Like they grew up playing Elsa Foot Doctor Surgery.
Okay, we're done.
You know,
we're done this half.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
2 hours of. And we're only halfbay through. Well,
a little bit
75.
more. Honestly, it's a little bit more because the second half is definitely a lot shorter always. So because we just have our foreign exchange, and then we have our next one, and we have our questions, and then we do have a bit of a spoiler talk.
Yeah.
So for JoJo there. So for Jojolion, we'll be talking about
specifically
chapter 100. So if you haven't caught up to that, or if you don't, if you care, don't tune for that. But otherwise, stay around.
If you care, don't tune for it.
I need a drink, dude. Okay, we'll see you after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, we have confirmation of blankie mode.
Oh my god, it's so comfortable.
That's a really comfy blanket, huh?
It is.
We actually won that in a contest, except one side is way comfier than the other, and it's not the side I think they expected it to be.
Like, this is supposed to be the inside. The white part?
The white part is meant to be the inside, but the
comfy.
blue side is the comfiest thing ever.
It's like blankie mode deluxe.
It is the most deluxe blankie mode ever. We won that in I think it was like a gift exchange where you just, Christmas gift exchange where everyone brings in a gift and then you exchange and see what you get. And so my mom got that and was like, well, you can have this. And I'm like, yes, I will. There's one thing I like. It's a fuzzy blankie. What?
Okay, I don't know. I was going to say something, but I don't know.
It's a statement you can't refute.
Blankie mode is eternal.
It's the best. So, we are doing our foreign exchange. As Adrian looks at his phone. Did you get a message there, bucko?
I did.
Oh, is it important, or is it like not really?
Nah, not really.
Is it someone alerting you that Overwatch 2 is rated M for mature for serious adult themes? Was that real? Did you search that?
I did, but nothing came up.
Well,
I think Blubber is just shitposting.
I think it was a lie on the internet. Those occur. Those happen. So,
what if no one ever lied ever on the internet?
There's movies about what if no one lied. Do you know how much better
the state of the world would be? Like if you think about it,
it would be so much better. There'd be so much more equality, and yet. Yeah, no, it'd just be better. No, that's it. There's nothing. It'd just be better.
Be also worse because of all the bad people. Who tell the truth of what they really feel.
Yeah, but then they go to jail because there's nothing saying that we have to accept what they say.
Imagine they place a rule on the internet where you can never lie, and if you're caught, you get sent to jail.
Well, every child on the internet would be sent to jail then.
Juvenile prison.
Like all of them.
Would be overflowing.
Every kid lies on the internet.
How?
My uncle works at Nintendo and he says the Mario 3D collection is coming out next week.
Well, I guess then leaks would just not exist.
Well, leaks are different though. Because there's...
I mean, rumors.
But there's purposeful lying and then there's saying what you think. Because it's not a lie to say, I think this will happen, and then it doesn't. It's a lie to know that something's not happening.
But that phrase wouldn't be on there if it was true.
True.
So.
We'll see. I mean, we won't. It's not a future we will go into, but...
It's a future that we yearn for nowadays.
A little bit.
The Patriots were right. They were the good guys all along.
I don't know about that, actually. So, foreign exchange.
What was that yellow bar there? Right there.
Oh, that's new. I don't know. It's fine. Oh, that's just... that normally it doesn't show up. That's just showing, like, where it refreshes to. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So, here's the thing. Here's the deal. We, this week, looked at... I gave you Skullgirls, and you gave me The Martian.
Yeah.
So, very different things. Never have been connected to ever in the history, I'm pretty sure.
No.
So, which is good. I like when we get those, like, crazy... Because then you never know if someone's going to Google, like, those things and be like, I wonder if anyone's crossed over this, and we'd be the ones to get those clicks. So,
I thought you were leading somewhere with that.
No, I was just...
When you say, here's the thing, I expect some sort of...
No.
Denouement.
No. It's just me segueing into our actual section. Okay. So, you looked at it first.
Yes.
So, why don't you go first?
Well, you know how I am with fighting games.
Yep.
That hasn't changed.
Nope. What? You did... I'm going to be honest. You did a lot better than I expected. You were doing some combos. Like, you were actually...
See, that's the thing about this game.
Doing some good stuff.
It's fun to be bad a little bit. You know, it's fun. There are those fighting games where it's like you don't have fun until you get to a certain skill point.
Yes.
But, like, I feel like Skullgirls is like on the lower echelon, or how do you say that?
Well, it has a low skill barrier at first because you have 6 attack buttons, and as long as you're going up with them, you know, quick to heavy, light, medium, fierce, they'll combo with each other.
Yeah.
And so you start to figure out real quickly, what's a nice, easy, even 3-hit combo I can do that you can just do, and like that's a good combo, right?
And with his name, dude with the chair,
Beowulf.
He was fun to play.
He's my main. He's definitely my main with Big Band there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those two.
The story I kind of wasn't really invested in since not really. I'm not really here for the story.
That's fair. That's fair.
The game. But what were you gonna say?
Well, I was going to say, like, there isn't, like, the story is interesting because you have to piece together a lot of it yourself, because all there is the character story modes. And from that, you have to basically piece as much of it together as you can. And so whenever a new DLC character released, it was like, okay, what bit of lore will be dropped with them, right? Because otherwise it was, you get little bits, but most of it was stuff you just had to kind of learn on your own or from Tumblr blogs of the developers, right? Like it was quite hidden back in the day.
I wasn't expecting it to get so grotesque with
Double. Double is kind of gross.
Yeah,
a little bit Resident Evil monstery.
I can like meld into different characters.
Yeah, I do like how literally they had a bunch of like unused attacks for characters, so they just made a shapeshifter character that used all the unused attacks for them.
Huh.
So like if you notice how she had like just the gun projectile where she shoots.
Yeah.
Parcel, the character that she turns into, doesn't use that move.
Oh, okay.
So they just literally just have her do it as a reuse. They drew it already. Don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the presentation a lot.
Hand drawn.
Yeah.
It's actually in the Guinness World Record for the most hand drawn frames of animation in a video game.
More than Cuphead?
Yes.
Wow.
Because each character in Skullgirls, every single character has between 14 to 20,000 frames of animation.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Each character.
Wow.
So that's why, because this game runs at 60 frames per second. And if you think about it, Cuphead doesn't have too much because there's a lot of loops, right? Mm-hmm. Like a boss loop might have 10 or 12 for the idol, and then it does 3 attacks, which will be a number, but it's a lot of repeated ones. Whereas Skullgirls is every single frame is hand drawn.
That makes sense then. I shifted through a bit of the colors. I don't know if you were there for that part.
I wasn't there for that, sadly.
That was the funnest part.
Right? There's a lot.
Like there's the Dio color for
Eliza there. That's a fan favorite for sure. Even her skeleton that gets sent out.
Yeah.
It gets the world color.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
so even for stuff like that, they think about both of the everything for the character.
So there was a color for Double that I was convinced was Kraid. It looks like Kraid from Metroid.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's something else.
Oh, I remember hearing this. She has one color.
It's yellow, green,
yeah,
and then
so it's because
red.
In game, that one is like a rainbow that's always changing colors.
Oh, okay.
But for the character select screen, they couldn't figure it out, so it's just primary colors for each part. Yeah, no, that one was meant to be. It's just showing because when you play as it, it's like the Windows Movie Maker color changing effect where she's always changing, it's a shifting rainbow.
I was on the Discord later. I don't know who it was. I think it was either Tech or Gene, who put footage of Samus fighting Kratos, footage of Skullgirls, because they were they did not see it, and I'm this is as clear as day to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Iron Man colors, Spider-Man colors.
Yeah. So if
colors.
we actually just go to there's actually a full list TV tropes on Skullgirls. They literally will just list them. I know because I had to edit this. Let's see here. Or no, I think it's under ref shoutouts. So see palette swap section. Let's see here. I know that they have. Where is it? Okay, it might be under... I know they have a full list. And right here. So it's they have a full one here. So they go into... let's see here. Hulk Hogan for Cerebella. Battletoads. Let's see here. See if there's any others you might know. Yeah, there was Cable for Peacock.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
there was Princess Daisy.
Cuphead.
So this one is only in the Switch version right now, but she gets
Can you click on it?
Well,
can't you just click on it?
No, because that's going to take me to a link to the Cuphead page. Okay. Peacock Cuphead.
Quipe.
Yeah, she gets one in the this one right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's only in the Switch version and mobile right now, but it'll be on other stuff after. Let's see. Yeah, Parcel with her Samus Aran, where it's like the green hair, looking like the original sprite.
Saw that one. Daphne Blade. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, they added that one in later. Let's see here. Then Misfortune has...
Xbox 360 and PS3?
Yeah, so you know what? Let's just go to the Skullgirls wiki because I have them all listed. So Skullgirls, Misfortune, they have all the colors there, and you'll see. Once they're listed side by side, it's really easy to see. So we got her Xbox. So 11 is Xbox 360. 11.
Oh yeah, I see it.
And then 12 is PlayStation, right?
Yeah,
or was it 12? Yeah, 12. So yeah, they list them all. Some of them. Let's see if there's any others that you might.
That's right.
No, She-Hulk on 21.
Yeah.
She-Hulk. Yep. Let's see. Who else might you know? Painwheel. Yeah, Painwheel has the Spider-Man one.
So the Ava one too.
Yeah, and then the Ava. Let's see. Valentine had
Strider.
Yeah, Strider. That was a good one. Yeah, that's a new one actually. So let's see that one. That one's only in the Switch version right now. So we're gonna go to Valentine. Let's see if they got her. Not the best chic, but you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
The Mercy one is really good.
Oh, that's Mercy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, you can, so the Switch version adds mostly Smash Bros. And Overwatch colors. Almost exclusively. Let's see here. Then we got, next up then, Double. So yeah, the one you were thinking of is the Rainbow, which of course is the joke of Double Rainbow now. So if we go to Double, I'll show you. Hers are a bit tougher because, of course, you have to, her form for them is she has, a human form, but then she also has, this. So some of them look good for human form and some of them look good for other.
Those are
This
Genji
is Wii Fit Trainer.
Okay. And the other one's Genji.
Yeah. Or no, it's actually Monster Energy.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's this one's, the 25 is Mystique.
Oh yeah,
which is really apparent when she's
morphing and all that.
Morphing, and so this was the Kraid one you said, but it's tough to tell because it's always changing colors, right?
Oh okay, yeah.
She has some that are just like ice cream, water. She has Ditto from Pokemon, Squiggly. Let's see if there's anyone here you might recognize.
Ronald McDonald.
She does, yeah. She has a Ronald one. She has Earthworm Jim where it turns her head invisible and then the snake going through becomes a worm. Big Bands are awesome because he has
I want to see his Jotaro color because when it's
because so that one's locked on when you play it. You actually have to do his secret time stop Ora Ora, which is a super difficult command to do. It's ridiculously hard. And if you do it, I think 25 times, you do the input, you unlock it. So yeah.
Right, there it is.
There it is there. I think he also has, let's see here. 26 Jotaro Kujo unlocked by finishing 26 matches with the Satchmo Death Blow. So yeah, you have to do his secret combo and you get it's specifically though because of course it's the fighting game color of him. Mm-hmm. So it's him from the fighting game there. But this is Super Nintendo.
Oh yes.
Right? You can sort of see that. He has some other good ones. Of course you saw DDD, which is right there. Big the Cat. This one's a Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Which is it's a little tough to tell from just if you don't 100% recognize it. RoboCop, right? So, of course, RoboCop. Let's see. Who else then? So, Fukua's are cool because all of her colors are based on famous player 2 sort of things.
Oh.
So she has like Violent Ken, Shadow, Luigi.
On color?
Which one?
On at the bottom there, 28.
Yeah, she does have on as a color, which is currently Switch only right now. The last 3 are.
That's weird.
Fukua. Well, they're coming to PC in an update too. Actually, they're on PC right now. Yeah, there's on.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right? So then like Daisy, right? So like all sort of player 2. She has a Falco color. This one's Falco.
Yeah.
Right? Like
you pointed that one out.
Player 2 sort of stuff, right? Shadow. Again, she's Daphne. Don't know. Sure. So because that's what she's sort of based on. This one's DiCaprio from Street Fighter, which is like another clone type character, because that's what her whole thing is off of. Eliza. So yeah, you saw a lot of hers there. She has Dr. Doom, which is really good.
Oh, Albus and Horus are the world.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, Albus and Horus is the world from the original manga, with Sekhmet as the world from the fighting game. So they become like the manga version, and Sekhmet, the skeleton, becomes the fighting game version. Yeah, that's a good one there. Beowulf, though. So Alex. I made number 18, and we know his giant arm that he uses.
Yeah.
I made that into the color of the prosthetic arm from MGS5 because when I was coming out at that time, right?
Yeah.
So that was one, and so I was the one behind that decision. So I feel that went pretty good. Originally, I asked them to make the chair pure black to make it look like a gun across his back.
Oh yeah.
But they said it was hard to see on stages, so they had to bring it back. I'm like, it was so good.
What did you color it then?
It's just kind of like gray with like I think a green seat. So it's like it still matches color wise, but not like it doesn't look like a gun on his back.
Okay. Iron Man, Mega Man, Master Chief.
Yeah. Oh, the Chief costume for Robo Fortune is one of the best. It looks so good. It's like you look at it and immediately you're like, yeah, that is a Chief color. Like look. Oh yeah. Right. Like you can see it exactly. Right. So yeah.
What's that 29 one?
29. That's Mega Man X with his full armor on.
Oh, okay.
So do you see the X with the sword there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that one there. So the full powered Mega Man X there. Which is really good. So yeah, like there's and 27 is Pharah from Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
it's cool to have all these colors.
It's really cool. So if you see here, some of them are actually like backer colors, right? Whether some of them are like, this is like someone's original character. This one is someone just wanted that Robo.
Yeah, I saw that Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash because they wanted that as a reference, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like there's a lot of stuff where even if they're the fan colors, like they're still putting in references to other stuff, right? Oh yeah, she is I guess
Monsoon color.
Oh yeah, her Monsoon color is great. It's right here.
Oh, that is cool.
Like it's like yeah, her colors are great. Like hers are some of the best. Like you can tell immediately, like that's a Gundam, right? The Samus ones even are special because so she has a super where she explodes. Specifically, if you're in those costumes, it will change the effect to a power bomb from Metroid, but only in those ones because the main programmer really likes Super Metroid, so he put it in there.
Cool.
Yeah. So
that's like my favorite part.
Right?
The colors.
It's really cool. And in there's references in all of so they have references in their actual gameplay as well. So they'll list off specific characters like who were they based off of when programming the game. And almost everything they say when they're fighting is a reference as well. There's a lot of them. If we go to the trivia page here, or the shout outs, because like let's go with Beowulf. So a lot of them come from wrestling, of course. He says a lot of wrestling catchphrases. Some of them are shout outs to the Beowulf poem. So they talk about, Beowulf in the poem. It's from Gretland. So he's the Gretish Trepak, right? One of his alternate colors gives him Batman. Let's see here. So like, here's the voice reel, and it'll just go like, it's Beowulf time, comes from wrestling. This one, wrestling. Let's see here. Can you dig it? Oh well, that's mostly wrestling with him. But characters, like almost all of their quotes are,
that's cool.
You know, references to stuff because.
Is there like a JoJo one?
Oh,
I gotta ask.
Okay, well let's go Control F. Fuqua's introductory trailer. Oh yeah, there's one part where a dog appears and says, "Come back when you learn to manipulate sand" or something. So that's a funny one. Oh yeah, so whenever you finish with a super, the character's face will appear big on the screen, and it's just like from the JoJo fighting game.
Oh, okay.
Because they do that pretty much the same there. Oh my god, we never even told you about the typing of the Skullgirls.
No.
So if you play it on PC or plug in a keyboard and type in "gotta type fast" on the main menu, you unlock a mode called the typing of the Skullgirls, where the game will basically kind of fight on its own, but whenever you do a super, text will appear and you have to type it in to do the super, and that itself is full of memes. So like, it's, list of words used. So let's see here. Anime hour. Are you blocking?
Baby boomers?
Baby boomers. ASDF is not a password. Let's see here. Beam. Bionic car. Boob curve tension. And you have to type these in to do the super, right? Let's see here. There's some funny ones. El Nino.
El Nino.
Let's see. I like this one, folded steel and sex appeal. For more information, visit skullgirls.com, and you have to type that in to do your super. And the longer they are, the more damage they do, right? So I hope it whiffs. And it's just random stuff, right?
That's cool.
KFC combos. Lo la li li lu. Because of course, they can't say the real thing. Nerf Cerebella. It's so good. One of the funny ones though is where is it?
The Z virus I just saw.
Oh yeah, when Sany, because there was a famous poster on the Skullgirls forums who would always ask every time there was an update, when Sany. Every
she's
time.
Coming.
And
finally,
literally, the trailer for Annie, when it was there, she goes, "When's Annie? When's Annie? Now Sany." The funny thing, that person who Beat and I know, not personally, but we know him online, hasn't been with Skullgirls forever. So we're kind of like, we want to go, yeah, there you go, and it's like he doesn't even care probably, but it's yeah, so.
But yeah, I was gonna say the game just feels really good.
Mm-hmm, right?
Like it feels as much as a fighting game can feel, if that makes sense.
It's smooth to play for sure. Did you check out the tutorials?
A few.
So this game has a really good tutorial, not just for this game, but for all fighting games. It's said to be one of the best. It really goes in detail. Oh yeah, so some of the combo hits do stuff. 13 hits is unfortunate. 34 is crass because, rule 34. 65 is Jurassic, like Jurassic Park. 121 is Gigawatt.
65 of the year it came out or something?
I think, yeah, it is. 69 is Dude.
Have been nice.
I like this one. 304 is Forbidden, and 404 is Missing. So that's a fun one. 420 is Every Day. Bro. It's so good. And there's a lot of good stuff. I don't know if you checked out, there's even alternate announcers.
No, I
didn't. The regular announcer is good. There's a female announcer, which is also good. But my favorite one is there's one called Dazed, because they're not allowed to say drunk in a T-rated game. So it's literally the drunk announcer. And so it'd be like, okay. It's really funny. And they even have the Japanese ones for them too. It's pretty fun. Now, I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room, though.
What?
Well, the recent drama.
Oh. Well, that's more on your side than my side.
It is. So you might have played this and went, man, this is really good, right? So a lot of that does come down to the programmer, who now has been ousted as a super horrible person. To the point of, today we got word that all the employees that didn't quit the company on him, he fired without severance pay. And now he's the only one left, and all because he didn't want to give up the company. So it's like, man.
But that doesn't mean the game's dead.
So that's the good thing. The company that he does, they're the developers, but not the publisher. Skullgirls is owned by Autumn Games, which is a totally separate company. Lab Zero, the company that he was in, was just the one that programmed it. So right now, from what I'm hearing, they're going to take all the old employees and hire them back to work on with another company, the company that makes the mobile game. Because the mobile game company is the one making the new DLC too. So hopefully things work out, but to say Skullgirls has had a tumultuous history, though, is an understatement, because when it first released, it was actually released by Konami.
Really?
Yeah.
Konami.
And guess what? They wanted to add DLC, and Konami said, nah, this isn't selling enough. And they're like, but no, we want to. No. So they had to do a Kickstarter to literally self-publish the game and get DLC.
Damn.
And then even when that happened, they were told Konami won't give over the rights to the game, so you need to buy it back and republish it as a new game. You couldn't update it.
Why is it?
There's a meme that the game is cursed. It kind of feels like it. And it sucks because it is, as you played, like, it is a fun fighting game. It is easy to get into.
Those are rare for me.
Right?
To actually, like, enjoy a fighting game.
Because it's so sort of free form. You can do a lot. I mean, you can choose 1, 2, or 3 characters. You know, one would be superpowered. If you get more, you get assists, right? So there's good stuff in it, but man, it doesn't catch a break.
One day.
Yeah, hopefully.
The curse will be lifted.
We're hoping. We are hoping.
Anything else you want to ask me?
No, that's about it. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cool.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
G mentioned that it goes on sale for like $2 sometimes.
Oh, all the time on Steam.
So I might $2.
Why not? Yeah, it goes on for ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
And
so I don't know if it's on my wish list.
Real often, yeah. Because it's like they're always trying to get just more people to play it, so they'll put it up for extremely cheap. Now there is DLC though, because I don't know if the one on Steam is the complete version right now, because when it came out it was second Encore, but I don't know if it's, well, no, they did Encore and then they did second Encore, so I don't know if which one is on there right now. Might as well check. So that's base Skullgirls, but the base Skullgirls will go down, but then the DLC, because then if you look, they have the packs there. So yeah, if you then get the second Encore upgrade, it includes all the DLC and the Switch version editions. So you get like all the stuff that was in the Switch version.
Okay.
So yeah, the game itself will go down to $2, and then even the DLC will go on for like $6. So it's like, yeah, it's ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. Oh, and what about that credits theme?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Right? The jazzy.
Of course.
It's I knew you'd like that. Okay.
Let's
talk about The Martian. The Martian, yep. Going up into, well, they start in space. They start up there. Yeah. And then what are you doing with your hand?
It's like
a dolphin. That has nothing to do with what we're doing.
No, it's like a spaceship going through space.
Oh, I guess. No, but there's spin, which is really cool. Do you know why they spin?
Momentum.
Which creates
gravity.
So that's how they're able to exercise when it's spinning, which I thought was a really cool detail. So, when this movie started, I was enjoying them hanging out kind of on Mars, and it was all good. They're all having fun. And then the storm hits, and you're like, oh, by the way, just spoilers for this movie will be here, because, I mean, it's a movie.
It's been out for 6 years, so.
Yeah. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, things are going wrong. And just, man, can I just say from the start, I had to not look at the screen.
Really?
For the whole time that he was pulling out the stuff and like stitching himself back up. I couldn't handle that.
Really?
And that made me go, oh, is this going to be one of those movies? And thankfully it's not.
Yeah.
Because that's at the beginning. And then there's nothing else like that for the rest of it, which is good because I can't handle characters, you know, getting impaled with something and like having to stitch yourself up. I'd just die.
Especially with like no resources.
Especially on Mars. So that was I was a bit like, oh man, oh geez. But then as it went on, and I think overall, and I like this about the movie, it does generally have an optimistic tone.
Which I like about it.
That's really good. Because I was going to say because I always, whenever I watch or do, you know, something for one of these, one of our exchanges, I always think about what's a sentence I want to say when I get to this, right? And what I was going to say is, man, I can't handle the gore porn that is in some Western media. You know, when a character gets like shot and then they have to and then they're like, you know, it zooms into their bleeding, you know, torso and you see them like, and they're
what about like Tarantino movies then?
So that's different because that's almost cartoonish.
Okay.
It's the more realism that gets me, right?
So like you couldn't handle like a Saw movie.
No, God, no.
No, me either.
No.
Me neither.
You know, but versus like if it's a Tarantino movie and someone gets like an arm chopped off and there's just like and they're like, oh! You know, like that's different from like.
And what's an example?
And it goes on for like
other than Saw.
Well, just it happens in a lot. Well, a good example is in Doctor Strange when he gets into the car crash and the stuff with his fingers and stuff, and it's like I have trouble with that. And that's like a lesser example because that's more of a family friendly picture. But there's a lot of stuff where it's just like, man, I don't like that sort of stuff. I can't handle it. So I was gonna say,
so like The Last of Us Part 2, there's a lot of stuff.
God
in there
no,
that's really
or like
grotesque.
Tomb Raider has a lot of it. The reboot,
,
right, where it's just like
it seems unnecessary.
When
I see that stuff, I'm like, do we really need to get her like decapitated? Like
or even like when your character gets like hurt for you know, in a scene and they have to like, you know, pick out something or stitch themselves up and it like zooms in and you just hear like their breathing rumbles. And the controller rumbles and it's like man, I don't like that. So I was gonna be like, oh, is this gonna be one of those things? But it's not, because after that it becomes Dr. Stone, which is okay, we have limited resources, limited communication, survive. And I really like the ingenuity that comes from that.
That's when I first saw it. I'm like, how is he going to get out of this situation?
Yeah, you know, using the smarts of, you know, hey, he's a botanist. Let's use botany skills.
Yep.
How do you make soil that you can grow in? Well, you need nutrients. Where do we have nutrients? The poop, right? We need water. How can we use it? And I immediately thought like, well, condensation, right? But I'm like, well, I don't really know how you can do it with condensation when there's nothing flammable. Oh, well, he uses the cross, right? And whittles that down and uses that. And he makes mistakes. Some small, some big. And just, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours, I'll say. Some movies feel like a slog when they're that long. This one, just, it really felt like you were watching someone just try and survive.
What did you think of the music integration?
I liked it.
It's one of my favorite
parts.
Now,
one thing is when he was saying, though, man, I hate this disco. I'm like, oh, no, dude, that's my genre. I love disco. So I was,
Well, I mean, like, by yourself for 6 months, you might.
If there was one genre I could survive for 6 months on my own with, it would be disco.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love disco. The one problem I had... Well, it's not one problem. But okay, well, first off, what I'll say is And then you have the other side of the spectrum, which is then back on Earth with the kind of the bureaucracy of NASA.
Yeah, and Donald Glover was a part of it.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I'm like, oh, hi, Donald Glover. What are you doing here?
Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
The director, head guy of NASA was a jerk.
Oh, him. He's one of those actors, like, I know him, but I don't know his name.
I don't know him directly. He was a jerk.
Yeah.
And he definitely... Now, here's the thing. While he was a jerk, he felt like a realistic jerk, because you're like, yeah, the director of NASA would say, who cares about one life? We need the money of getting... You know, it's like, they would, absolutely. So it was realistic there, and it was like... I was like, well, I was not happy with him being like that. That's what he would be like in real life. It was realistic for that regard.
And like at the end where it's just a really wholesome thing where the entire world... Because what he represents...
So, that was going to be my one...
Oh, really?
My one qualm with it was the ending being literally all over the world watching this. I'm like, there's no way. China would be murdering its citizens for watching a U.S. citizen, you know, live stream. Russia? No way. Like, the U.S. part in New York? Realistic. Nowhere else. They wouldn't let that fly. There would be no way. And imagine the amount of NASA fakers, like the people who don't believe the moon landing is real.
Well, you gotta suspend a bit of disbelief.
That was the part where I'm like, I have to suspend my disbelief and believe this is a world where war is done and all nations love each other, because there is no way that this could happen in real life.
Yeah, but I like how he represented
humans, human in survival for sure. I did also feel like the ending of him being this teacher teaching the class, I was like, okay. And because it said 1 day later, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
Was it really 1 day?
Well, because you know they measured everything in souls.
Oh,
so then it said soul 1 again.
That's 30 days, isn't it?
Is it 30 days?
Is it?
I thought it was...
What's a soul? You can...
Well, I don't know if it's even real.
No, that's what they...
How long is a soul? A soul is slightly long. It's okay. Yeah. It's 24 hours and 39 minutes. So, yeah, it's a bit longer. Cuz a soul is a day on Mars.
I mean, like, if I were him, I would want to take a few days off.
Yeah, so when it said soul 1, I'm like, that's really fast to immediately be like, "All right, I'm a teacher now." So, unless it's saying like that was his first day of him as a teacher, but I took that as day 1. I'm back now. I'm a teacher. Okay. It was.
What do you think of the other crewmates? Like there's Sebastian Stan and
yeah, they were all good, but not super noteworthy. I didn't even remember kind of who each of their names were because it was just like you see him for the beginning, and then they're separate from him for the rest.
Yeah.
And in that separate situation, you don't really get a grasp of who's who because it's just like the names are being said but not connected
like
to.
Their plan of like swinging around the Earth.
It's a plan.
Yeah.
It is certainly a plan.
And the part where like he shoots up as the rocket like disassembles.
Well, I like how his plan is, what if I become Iron Man?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it shows very quickly that's really tough to do because his arm's going nuts and he's like trying and he's like, oh, this isn't as easy, you know. And I do like how it plays a lot with you know, the nerdy scientists who are just like they name it after a Lord of the Rings meeting or something, and the guy's like, I don't even know what that is, you know. So it was a good, accurate but also wholesome view of kind of the bureaucracy of nerds at work with, you know, spacecrafts and stuff. Now, mind you, this was also, especially the beginning of the movie, is more reminders that space is terrifying and something that I don't know if I want to experience in my lifetime because when stuff goes wrong, it goes wrong.
One little mistake and you're done.
One little mistake and you're done. You know, I probably couldn't handle...
Well, that's why astronauts get how long is it? A decade?
A lot, yeah. You know, I went to space camp as a kid.
No.
I gotta go. Yeah, it was not as cool as they always made it out to be.
They're not going to send kids to space.
No, but like even like the zero gravity sort of like simulator, if you will. wasn't as cool. Space food eating.
Because it's not the real thing.
It's not the real thing. I know. It felt kind of cheap altogether. And this is like the Canada space camp, so. Oh, well.
Well, you can't really put in the money into something, simulation.
But making kind of everything out of just like wood.
It wasn't really
It was
wood.
all wood.
No, like plastic or
No,
metal.
it was all wood, dude. It was all wood.
Damn, out of Canada's budget.
It's a bit of a shame. The food wasn't great. The beds were rock hard. But I was in Quebec, so it was you got to hear French people
Outer
yelling
space.
at night.
Quebec.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different planet out there for sure.
Pretty much.
But in general, I really enjoyed it. I really liked that movie, and I can definitely see why it won the awards that it did for being a really good film. I can definitely see how the book version would offer a different experience in a way that, because you get a lot more in depth with what's going on each day,
and his actual thoughts in his head.
Yeah, and his actual thoughts. So it's a different experience. It's not because some movie or book movies, like it's basically just following like a script, but this is like they're different experiences.
Yeah,
which is really cool. And overall, yeah, I enjoyed it the same way I enjoy stuff like Dr. Stone, like that idea of you have limited resources, solve the problem of how to survive, and just like that's really fun to watch, the creativity of how people do stuff. Yeah. Whether some of it is scientifically accurate or not, of course, there's that to consider, but at the same time, from what I heard, a lot of it is scientifically accurate in this. I think Mythbusters even did some myths on it of checking to see if you can do this stuff. And I think most of it came back as fairly plausible. So like, that's really cool.
Cool.
I really enjoyed it.
Good.
All right. Okay. Are we ready for the next one? Well, I know yours.
Yes, but I don't know yours.
Okay. So shall we do the guessing train anyways?
The guessing train?
Yeah,
The guessing plane.
Sure. So, is yours a video game?
Yeah.
Is it an indie game?
Yeah.
Is it available on Nintendo Switch or Steam?
Yeah.
Does it feature Nintendo DS-like graphics?
Optionally.
Really?
Yeah, you can turn it off if you want.
Yeah, but I want that on.
I used to. There's like variations to it.
Oh, interesting. I'll definitely give that a look. Is it a short hike?
Yes.
Nice. So I'll be giving that a look on Steam.
Yeah. Because it's $9.
Yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah. And I don't need to play it portably, so.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Sounds good. Now, your turn.
Is it a video game?
It is.
Is it on PC?
It is, because you requested before that you wanted a game to play on PC.
Okay, is it a visual novel?
Wow, yeah, you got it.
Oh boy.
I was going to say it's of the genre that really exists on PC.
Is it Fate?
It is not.
Oh. Is it something degenerate?
Optionally. If you're going to play it on Steam, turn that off. Or no, it's not Steam. It's not on Steam, actually.
Okay.
It's a free game, though.
Okay.
But turn that off in the options. You won't get to it anyways. It's like 500 hours in.
Okay. Well, if it's not Fate, then I literally don't know what else it is.
Do you remember?
Oh, no.
The game that I talked about that I had on the USB stick?
That one?
That one. Katawa Shoujo.
Oh, boy.
So I will show you here. Oops. Katawa Shoujo. It is a free download. So, what is this? Can you see what I see? Oh, that's the character list. So you go to...
What? Wait, I didn't see anything.
See right here. See, it just says character list.
Oh.
So it's just the characters here. But, so you go on the website, you hit download, and you can download it yourself. It is a free game. It is actually made... So here we go. So, Katawa Shoujo is a Bishoujo-style visual novel set in the fictional Yamaku High School for disabled children, located somewhere in modern Japan. I'm going to let you know right now. This game is made by 4chan.
Oh, no.
Now, here's the thing, though. This is 100% played straight. And because of that, it is the most wholesome thing 4chan has ever made. It is for real. There's nothing that would make you know that it is.
Okay.
I mean, aside from one character who can best be described as every online like guy who complains about video games, because he is very, very on point. But you'll basically get to play through about Act 1.
Okay.
So Act 1 is, don't when you go to download, don't just download the Act 1, get the full version, because it's like the demo mostly. Get the full version, but basically Act 1 walks you through learning about each of the characters, learning about who they are. You get to make some decisions that will then send you off to kind of your route of the game. Then the other acts are with the character.
This is gonna be such a fun stream.
It is. So this game though is really good. This is not ironic. This isn't like, yo dude, check out this whack game. This was a game that, for realsies, I got about 40 people, complete normies, to play and finish and love unironically. And when I say normies, I mean the normiest of normies at my first high school.
Okay.
They came to me and said, give me your USB stick. I need to install this on my laptop. They loved it.
Okay.
So that's how real it is.
Okay.
Just the one thing I'll say is go to the options, turn off adult scenes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. This came out in 2007. Oh, no, it came out 2013. 2007 was when they got started. It's real
I also
good.
want you to finish the short hike.
Yeah,
It's
I hear it's
about 2 hours.
That's what I hear. So I was going to say, like, that's one that I can definitely finish off there. Okay. So next time, we're looking at a short hike and Katawa Shoujo.
pretty wholesome things.
Both of these.
Are,
Oh, yeah. Where it's going to be big, wholesome time. Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay. And now, it's question time. So, we got our first ones here from Mark. First question here. Do you feel like more and more every season the anime music division is becoming more and more generic and you don't hear anything iconic or memorable that makes you want to hear it on YouTube or buy it?
That's more on your side.
I don't think... I think it's just the fact that nowadays you can stream stuff, and so you just can hear more, right? Because there's still some stuff that comes out that is so catchy I can't stop thinking about it. Like, the Chica song dance. I don't know if you don't know. You have no clue what that is. Well, all the stuff from Kaguya-sama, Love is War, is like, it's been stuck in my head ever since it came out, right? Both seasons. I think it is just more that because it's so easy to watch anime now, a lot of it, you're oversaturated with it. And you can watch more mediocre stuff. Because it used to be only the really, really good stuff would come here. But now you can watch everything, including the stuff that is absolute garbage. So because of that, it's like, yeah, you'll get some of the trash in there too. But it is a bit, you know, I think it's still good quality. I think it's just there's too much that we're getting. That's my answer. Okay.
Cool.
Here's a question for you then.
Adrian, I think you heard about the new Walking Dead spin-off, World Beyond. If you had to make a Walking Dead spin-off, what would it be? And do you like the premise for World Beyond?
So I think you said you don't like the premise.
And it kind of looks too teen drama for me.
Yeah.
Which it takes place 10 years after shit hits the fan. The only thing that interests me is like the connection with like Rick and the helicopter and the end game of the entire franchise.
Okay.
Which is the Three Circle community. But my own Walking Dead spinoff.
Yeah.
My first answer would be Negan, but I think his stories are more saved for like single episode things. Because like, most of his story has already been talked about or like shown. But
like that time he fought Noctis.
That's what I say. There's like a fighting game announcement. I'm like, is Negan going to be in it?
Yeah, it's every time now. It's like, Negan? When's Negan?
I like to see stuff with like Woodbury and the Governor, and like how that all go. Like they had novels based on the Governor, which I'd like to see that in TV form.
Nice.
Like the actor even said he'd be happy to return in the role. I'd just like to see like how these like villain groups got started, other than the Saviors. Like how did the Whisperers form, and like how did the cannibal like terminus like build itself? Like it was kind of told, but it wasn't shown, which I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
As for on the protagonist side, I want to see like adventures of a Glenn.
Okay.
And what he does.
Sure.
So.
See, honestly, my mind, as soon as I read this question, is Metal Gear Rising with Michonne.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Michonne. Well, she has a really complicated backstory too, but it's kind of all been like. It's been shown, but it hasn't been like delved into. But I don't think.
Yeah. Or Astral Chain with Ezekiel, instead of the Astral Chain, it's the
tiger.
The tiger.
Yeah, with the running. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Right? Don't these give you just such good, like, or as we talked about so many times, Walking Dead Warriors, and how that would be like actually really cool.
That's why I like Walking Dead is, it can go into the Western serious like nitty gritty like character development stuff, but like it also lends itself really well to like the stupid anime like stuff.
Yeah.
With like a tiger, like these skin wearing freaks, like
oh yeah,
it has so much range to it. So
all we need is a character with a gun for an arm.
there's one with a knife for an arm.
There you go.
So
sounds
the
good.
next step.
All right, and the last question: what are some good bloopers for TV shows or movies you like?
Breaking Bad comes to mind, but you can't watch those yet.
Nope. Well, I remember there was a big montage of Marvel movie bloopers.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's a big, long, like 20-minute one of just like a reel of them. That one's really good.
Yeah, I
because it's
remember
like you
that
just
one.
watch that whole thing and you're like, I love these people.
Yeah. Well, they have them for going back to Walking Dead. They make them only for the cast members, like the blooper reels.
Oh, yeah.
For each season, but like I really want them to release them.
Yeah.
So that'd be nice.
You know who has really good ones? Chris Pratt on Parks and Rec. His are really funny.
Oh yeah.
There was one where he broke a prop, and he was supposed to like he slides across a desk, and he was supposed to pick up a briefcase and throw it at a light switch, or throw it out the door, but he hit the light switch and the lights turned off, and he was like, and he just looks at the camera like, oh, did I do that? And then there was one time when there was a scene where a character was supposed to open the door, and it was supposed to be him standing there in his underwear, but he took off his underwear before she opened the door, and it was legitimate shock on her face to see him there completely naked, right? And they said, like, on set, he was like Jared Leto pulling the pranks, but actually funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, those are my answers. Any other?
I'm just thinking. I used to love when I was a kid the whenever they do like fake bloopers
those
for animated
ones?
movies.
Yeah, I like
but
those
now it's like
It's too much work.
It's too much. It's also, now that you know that it's not real, it's not as funny. Actual bloopers are funny. The fake characters.
I always thought it was like voice bloopers.
So there's
they
some
those.
that are voice bloopers that they then animate, but then there's other ones that are, you're clearly like, that's a physical thing with it, and it's like, it's not as funny. I'm thinking about the Lion King 1.5 right now. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I wonder if they ever did that with games.
Blooper?
Like the animated bloopers?
Okay. So they do. They're usually never released publicly. I got to see it for Dragon Age Inquisition when I was there, and it was a bit of physical bloopers, but also when people would record the best glitches, they would then make a glitch montage, and some of them were really funny. And you know, I think one of our videos of Noodles the horse was there. One day we just got to work and the horse was broken and his legs were like had zero physics, so they would just like noodle around everywhere. So we called him Noodles the horse that day, and we all loved him. And we actually asked for Noodles mode, and they said no, sorry, and we're like, darn it. But yeah, that's about it then for bloopers. I feel like they don't show bloopers as much anymore, I feel. What are you looking at and smiling at this time?
Well, it's the JoJo related thing, so if
we'll hold that on
Yeah.
for the spoiler talk at the end. So, with that said, that is the end of our questions. So, if you guys... Thank you for the question mark, by the way.
Thank you.
If you guys are interested in listening to some Jojolion Chapter 100 spoiler talk, feel free to stick around for that. Otherwise, feel free to, we'll sign off here. You can take this podcast episode and delete it off your phone, free up that space. Don't be like me and accidentally have 80 gigabytes of saved podcasts.
What?
Yeah, it was bad. I thought I would delete it when I hit remove from playlist, but it didn't. That was a problem. One day I looked at my phone. I'm like, why am I out of space? Oh, that's a lot of podcasts. Or if you're listening on YouTube, feel free to pick on one of my other videos and you can listen and give me money.
I'm going to be streaming more often.
Yes, that's true.
Catch me at twitch.tv/age1000.
Yes, AGE 1000.
Numbers.
1000.
I don't have a stream schedule yet, but...
You'll tweet, which you can
just follow
find
me.
at twitter.com/age1000.
Yeah,
well, /user/age1000.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Or at age1000.
Or you could just go to my Twitter through my Twitch page.
Yeah.
Since it's there too.
Any of that stuff.
So.
Yeah. Are you archiving your streams?
What, does it automatically do it?
You should probably export them to YouTube still.
Okay.
Literally.
Well, I exported that Skullgirls one.
Okay, yeah. So just basically go there and export it to your YouTube, just so that, because Twitch does delete them eventually.
Well, my only concern is like the music I play on the streams.
It's fine.
Wouldn't fly. Do they just get demonetized?
They just get demonetized.
Oh, I don't care.
And well, they get demonetized or they mute just that part.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's fine.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So, we're moving on to the Jojolion Chapter 100 spoiler talk.
But before that,
Beat
sent me this.
What did he send you?
So you know his profile picture?
Yeah.
That one? I'm like, oh, that'd be cool for me to do. So I sent one in and I asked for Diavolo.
Oh, there you go.
Diavolo.
Nice. Is that like a coffee thing where you send in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Those are fun. Coffees are fun.
It's about $5.
Yeah. It's a nice way to support an artist and get a little doodle. Very nice.
Beats just like, is that you? It's gotta be.
It's him. Okay. So, Jojolion spoiler talk in 3, 2, 1. Muda. It's a JoJo reference.
But it's not.
I know it's not. Or is it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So what happened?
Well.
The big 100.
Yeah, the big 100.
You don't remember.
I remember it being the best villain speech in anything in JoJo.
Oh, yeah. You think it's better than the Cure one?
Well, okay, it's better in a different way because it's a villain literally going, this has never happened before. I'm a little scared, not gonna lie. It'd be cool if my power could act. Wow, no one's ever got this close to me before. I have no clue what's going to happen next.
It was just so funny to see him so like this like incredibly powerful stand be like,
He's like, I really don't know what's gonna happen. I hope it activates soon. That'd be kind of nice. But we get the big reveal with the death, well, probably soon to be death of
Oh wow! I completely forgot. The spin's back.
Yeah, I was leading up to that.
It just like popped back into my head.
But what's his name again? The guy who's
Mamizuku.
Yeah, Mamizuku he's sacrificing himself, revealing that yes, he is probably the Zeppeli of this part.
You think he's a Zeppeli?
Well, if he's not by blood, he is by theme.
Yeah.
You know? And so he basically is lying there dying. He's like, yo, Johnny, your bubbles aren't actually bubbles. Sorry. Yo, Josuke, not Josuke. Your bubbles aren't bubbles. They're actually like a rapidly spinning string. Which
I was like, wait.
String is Jolene. Spin is
Johnny. With
Josuke. Because he's Josuke. Right? everything is kind of connecting.
Well, it's not like a direct like thing. It's more, it's as obvious as like the stone stuff.
No, but I say the fact that it's a string.
They don't say a string. They say it's like a thing.
No, they say
it's like a piece of fabric. I don't know.
They said it was a string. I'm pretty sure they said the word string in there.
Okay.
Because it is a spinning string. It's not a bubble. It is a spinning string. And when he says spin, it's in big bold letters of spin. It's like, oh.
And it's weird that like Mamazuku didn't see them.
Yeah.
But like he still got it. That's what the calamity was there. But there's theories now that it's not like with the recent turn of events, it's like how close Rai got to Wonderview because he just didn't believe in the calamity. And that's how he got so close to him.
There's also the throwback or the flashback to young Mamizuku who basically says, you know, his life has been a series of calamities.
That was in 99.
That was in 99, right? So it's sort of like, is his whole life the calamity, and the end of his life is going to be just that'll be the actual, you know, end of it. So
maybe, but it's just there's more to Wonderview than the calamity, I think, and it's going to be
we'll have to see.
And like the whole,
we have to find out what Toru's connection is.
The spin is going to be the infinite rotation. Well, that's the thing that makes me think when Johnny died, his, I don't know, essence or something.
Yeah.
Some JoJo shit, but like,
it
spread throughout Morio.
Because he's in the ground at Morio.
Yeah.
And with the walleyes, with the combining of stuff, it's like, has he combined with Morio or something?
Because Rai said, like every stand has a bit of the spin in it, but he hasn't been outside of Morio, right?
That's true.
So it's like, are all stands from Morio related to Johnny? Like,
here's another connection here. Spin is a variation on Hamon. They confirm that.
Yeah.
Stands are a variation on Hamon. They said that stands have Hamon energy in them too. So it's like kind of connecting it all, right? Because because it's like, if stands have Hamon and spin is Hamon, then of course there's spin in stands. Makes a bit of sense, right? It all kind of wraps up there.
Yeah. I know, even if like the Part 7 stands have like spin in them too. I don't know where I don't know where Rocky's going with this, with the whole spin thing.
It's wild.
I wasn't expecting spin to come back.
No, me neither. It felt always very sequestered into Part 7.
If you go back to Chapter 70, I think, Jojolion, like Rai notices like, wait, this is string. When he pops one of Josie's bubbles, it's string. Oh, okay, whatever.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
And that's when he finds out. And he didn't mention it until now.
I'm gonna just type in Josuke bubble string.
I'm sure like an image of the panel.
Well, because I always remember he always kind of drew it weird, right? Like it wasn't a bubble, like it had the split, right? Mm-hmm. So with the split, I'm sorry, what is this?
No, we're not seeing that out loud.
Oh, no, that's not good. Araki, there's no spin in Part 8. We're back to Punch Ghosts. Later, Araki, Josuke's bubbles are actually spinning strings. See, I pulled a sneaky on you.
Yeah. I think it's Chapter 70.
Just trying to see here. Wait, what's it say? Actually, Stone Free is a string and smells like soap, and Josuke has soap bubbles that are strings. Oh, because do you remember when it said that?
Yeah.
Because we just saw it as I was right here. See, Stone Free smells like soap, and his soap bubbles. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, right here, yeah.
This was it. So, popping it, now I get a good look at it. These are like mine. A line is vibrating.
That's what it's a line.
Okay, it appears as a sphere. Highest ability is a chord.
And this is not that it matters.
Not that it matters, even though it kind of does. So, oh boy. Oh, JoJo is confusing, huh? Well, we're caught up. We can read the wiki.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to worry about anything here. Let's see if it says anything about the actual stuff. I don't think it does. Not really. Doesn't say anything about it.
Why don't you go to the wiki page for chapter 100?
Sure. Let's go to... Where's just Jojolion? Right there. We go to chapter 100. Okay. Nothing! Great job, Wiki.
Wow.
Really upheld. Cool.
Really?
Yeah, so not much we can say about that. They don't even have the... Well, probably because it's not...
Yeah, it's not done yet.
It's not done yet, so they're not doing that yet. But yeah, well, I think it is just a case of we have to see where it goes, right? Because there's the Stardust Crusaders subreddit, which is...
Well, they have their own wild theories, which I like reading.
Yeah, they are. There's also Shitpost Crusaders, which is also the best. I love Shitpost Crusaders. It is interesting that just, we're still at a part where we're like, dear God, what's going on with the story, right?
Well, we still don't know, like, who, what Toru's, like,
yeah, we don't
purpose is.
know.
Like, what's his goal?
Like, Kakyoin died revealing the true nature of Dio's stand. Mamizuku died revealing the true nature of Gappy's stand and called the head doctor a motherfucker. Yeah, he did. It was so good. Josuke makes bubbles out of string. Mamizuku can turn into string. Josuke should make Mamizuku into a bubble. Let's see. Like how you can genuinely tell that one of you was shocked and afraid that someone had gotten within swinging distance. It must be the most human a sentient stand has ever acted, barring Foo Fighters. Oh yeah, and then Anubis. Yeah. Anubis was really human. Anubis was kind of crazy. Spin is back, baby. So yeah, that's why I saw is Rin a Zappelli? Like, how did he know, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. New chapter spoilers.
Well, I think if you go back to part 7, like the very end, like here's where they are now. They mention like integrating with another family.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I
might be wrong.
This is the speech.
Oh yeah.
So personally, this is the first time this has happened, so I'm a bit surprised. Only a centimeter away. I mean, I don't think there's anyone that's ever gotten this close to me without a calamity occurring. I'm not really sure what happens at 1 centimeter away, because it's my first time. I don't really understand it either. Seriously. But in the flow of a calamity, there's nobody who can attack me. Not a single person. That I know for sure. Then he just says, wonder of you. It's so candid and honest. So that's why I think that might be Toru saying that instead, though. Because,
yeah.
Or some way, right? Yo, soft and wet at Act 4.
Well, that's what... Cool. I think Josuke is going to unlock some sort of, like, Requiem ability. By either using the infinite rotation plus the new Rokakaka.
Yeah.
To become, like, this god.
Sure.
I don't know.
Everyone's like, spin is back. Let's see here. Then there's a hiatus, so it's going to be a harsh 2-month wait.
We're not even halfway yet.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good cliffhanger.
It is.
Bringing Spin back.
Yeah, because we're going to have to see about, if
Mamizuku basically just used Starfinger.
Pretty much, yeah. But if he can turn into string, does that mean he's fine if he gets a hole in him? I don't know.
Dude, fuck, they killed the Joe, bro.
Of course they did. They always do. That's JoJo spoilers for you. That's about it. Much else here? Just people screaming about Spin.
Oh yeah, and D8 died. We forgot to mention that.
Who?
Do-da-da-da-dee.
Oh God, I don't.
I call it D8.
Okay, actually,
the way it like went on the wall, and then Mamizuku was "Don't move, Josuke." And he just fucking...
This is something I was thinking about. So have you read the Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe mangas?
No.
So there's some interesting not stand stuff in those that now are 100% explained by rock insects. 100%.
That's so weird.
Because guess what? They're insect-like in it.
Really?
Yeah. They're 100%, like, you look at them and you're like, yeah, it's just a rock insect. It makes sense now.
But that's not in the same universe.
I think it's in both universes. Because they showed Hermes and they showed Enyaba.
Well, I guess I'm doing that right now as I watch part 2. Where it's like the Redstone of Raja
Aja there, yeah.
Aja. It's like like in the, I don't know, like again, the people like Viz probably has no idea.
Yeah.
But like they put the redstone in like stone slabs and like everything.
Right.
It's just so.
The Pillarmen are people of stone.
They literally come out of the stone walls.
Yeah, right. So it's like and when you read about the whole notion of what the stone people are, you're like, yeah, that's like Pillarmen.
Yeah,
like
basically they're
they're Pillarmen. Like it's the same. They live.
I wouldn't be surprised if like a version of the stone mask like appeared at the very end.
What someone pointed out, the stone mask with the stuff coming out looks like an insect grabbing onto you, then could bite you or something, right? So it's like it's tying everything together in a really cool way.
And I'm still convinced that Kato's like the true villain.
I could see it, yeah.
And her like stand being called what was it called? But that's the thing. I think she has like an actual stand, but like the cards are just an extension of it,
Oh yeah, that's possible.
Because you can't have White Snake, then D4C, and then a pair of cards. It's like it's kind of a downgrade.
Yeah, or that's just a red herring, and she's just doing card tricks.
That too,
right? It could be entirely a red herring.
Yeah, and Beat's like, oh, I'm super excited for a female JoJo villain finally.
Nah.
You don't think she's gonna be? I think
we'll see.
Like she still has. It's like it's the Chekhov's gun thing.
They'll do a whammy wham and be like rip off the mask and it's actually a dude under there or something.
No.
We'll see.
Why? Why wouldn't you want it to be a female?
Because the JoJo fan base loves their big macho men. That's why Japan doesn't like Stone Ocean.
Well, I saw a video that
was like, oh, females.
We're watching it after.
Okay.
Like the theory that Kato's like
sure.
After this,
we will,
because it's like I can't explain it, but
okay,
you need to see it.
All right, we will.
Then you'll understand.
Then I'll understand.
Yes,
sounds good.
Anything else? Yeah, I'm just gonna. I keep like going to the manga and then you keep distracting me.
Okay. So how about
there's the I have as the art of the thing.
Oh yeah, the
chapter
art
100.
there, the chapter 100. I love the way color spread.
I love the way Toru looks.
There are some people who think that Toru is actually another composite person, like Josuke.
Oh, like a combination of people? But no, we saw his like literal birth.
I know, but
99.
That might have come before 99. Then I saw something with that.
Where is it? Here it is. It's only been 15 days since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we get D8 dead.
The fact that do-do-do-do-da-da-da is actually a threatening thing with that name is wild. I think one of the craziest JoJo things is the ability to shoot asbestos out. That is strange. That is 100% something that Araki's like, oh, I need something for the villain to use. Poisonous flying stuff. Asbestos, okay.
The part where Momozuke's hair flies into the air, that's going to be sick in the anime.
Oh, yeah.
That's happen. The whole thing, like, look, switches, like, from Stan to Old Man. How does he do that?
I think it's meant to be like...
I wonder if it's the whole, you can, like, that's the thing we didn't talk about, too, like, maybe it's because you can't see Stans, it's because they're spinning so fast that the regular person can't see it.
I'd never even thought about that.
Right?
Oh, maybe.
Because they can still hit stuff, right? Like they're ghosts. But they're spinning so fast.
I don't know.
Which means...
See, I took that more as it's just like, because it's like his true form versus his like disguised form. So his disguised form being the old man, but then truly underneath that, he looks like that. I don't know. I thought that was just more of an artistic thing. Like it's sort of like it would be him like shimmering sort of in the manga or in the anime going between them.
Okay.
That's at least what I thought.
And there's just the giant hole in Momozuku at the end.
Yeah. Very Kakyoin like.
Like he like does the spin with the...
Yeah.
They're lines. They're spinning lines. The spin, that's all there. All that's that. Wait, that's all that's there, and within that, there are things you cannot see. And then he opens his shirt and shows that like a bubble went in, and just took his like entire midsection out. So
we'll have to see. We have to wait a bit, but hopefully we get some answers.
Eventually.
Watch it just be like next part. It's like, yeah, by the way, this is the last chapter, and it just ends with like, it just ends in like a totally like random way. It's like, the head doctor was the villain.
That's what I think.
Surprise.
Sometimes it's like, what was it like with like previous parts where it's like, where's this going to end?
Dude, I don't know, because when I got started with JoJo with All-Star Battle, and that features Josuke.
Yeah.
Like part 8 Josuke, he's just there, right? Like, I don't know what it's like. Yeah. Like, my whole JoJo fandom has been during the duration of Jojolion.
Yeah. That's weird, wild.
Yeah, right? Because it's the longest going part.
Yeah.
It's like been going for a long time.
It's one of my favorites now.
I don't know if it's one of my favorites.
I think like with this, like maybe it's because of the whole theorizing and like being in the community that makes it really good.
Yeah,
really
I could see that then.
But I don't know. I love like the abilities and like the whole like stuff that was there the whole time is now being revealed. It's like
yeah, I can see that being cool for sure. I think I might need to see it animated to really get the
30 years
to get it. No, because it's every couple years.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but it's still going to be a long time.
Well, it's only like if we get in 2 years we get Stone Ocean. Well, we'll see. I'm like
late next year.
Late next year
with COVID.
Yeah, right.
But. So
then, because right now David Productions is working on Sells Out Work Black. So.
And then part 7 will be in 2024.
Probably.
That'll be a while.
Yeah, but then that'll be a popular one. That's the one that they want to get to. Even they say they're like, we want to get there.
I can't wait, dude. Like, I want to read part 7 so bad.
Oh, that art is so good.
Just like the story, just like the narrative is the
wonderful.
Strongest in the series.
It's what's a lot of people. It's their favorite.
Yeah,
absolutely. I also just love the setting of a horse race.
Yeah,
I just love it. It's just like so easy, you know,
like the travel, sense of it, and like all these different locations.
It's also the only JoJo part that acknowledges Canada.
There you go.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's nice to be acknowledged every now and then.
I wonder like how they're going to like make D4C in the animated style, and like how they going to like explain it. Just how they show it. Like,
well, you know,
it's going to be like like King Crimson and his like world.
Yeah.
What's D4C? Like, is it going to be like just like him going into fabric?
Well, it'd just be like the games probably.
What are the games like?
Yeah, he goes in the fabric and then just appears in another world.
Okay.
Right? So probably just something like that. Well, because D4C's, King Crimson's like world there, that was in the games too before the anime.
Oh, okay.
So like they took inspiration from that. So probably just something like that. It was a bit different looking, but it was roughly the same.
Okay. I just wonder how...
I feel like he's the one that's easier to do than King Crimson was.
Yeah.
King Crimson was wild, right? Mm-hmm. So for him to be animated and explained easily, because it was a meme for so long of no one knows how it works because no one could translate it well. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, it's so easy, you know?
Yeah. I just want to see how they're going to visualize Made in Heaven and the whole...
That'd be crazy.
Oh, it's going to be so like awesome.
Okay.
I just hope you think they like... The quality won't drop, will it?
I mean, it's never. It's been consistently good aside from
I don't know, I have this like irrational fear that like JoJo's just going to get zero money.
No, God, no.
Like,
what?
All of a sudden.
What?
I don't know. That's why I said irrational.
That's why there's some people who are even saying like Japan loves Steel Ball Run so much they might do, instead of a TV show, but do like several high quality movies because that's how much they love it, right? Whenever they get something they love, it's like, no, movie time. So who knows?
Can you imagine a Steel Ball Run movie?
Well, it'd be a series of them. You can't do it all in one movie.
Well, no, like, yeah, but like going to a movie theater to watch JoJo.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That happened in Japan once and it was bad.
Was that the movie they made?
Canceled Phantom Blood movie that was so bad it was like in theaters for like a day, and Iraqi said no. You don't remove Speedwagon
Did they?
They did.
Wow.
It was all of Phantom Blood in 2 hours, and there's like no Speedwagon. They basically skipped from the George Star Mansion to the Dio battle at the end, like right away. Like, and he's like, it's bad. We only have about the first 20 minutes of it with no audio, so like the animation was fine, the character designs were fine, but they cut so much out that they're like, this is so bad. Even Araki said, nope.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else to say?
Nope, not much.
Gotta wait till October 14th, I think.
Probably somewhere around then.
Well, he said like it's mid-October, somewhat.
Yeah, sometime around there.
3 or 4 or 5 episodes away.
Yeah, roughly.
I mean, JoJo to me is like kind of like I can watch it forever.
Yeah. So and it'll take a bit anyways to, like, you know,
and the part
get
5,
translated and everything.
I want to show you the part 5 Muda too. So.
Sure. All right.
Okay,
guys. Thank you for listening.
Next time
we'll be looking at Katawa Shoujo and A Short Hike. So it'll be very wholesome.
Yes.
We'll be
potential something later this week with Smash with that whole.
We'll see. Yeah. Right. You're right.
Nothing really big in September. Don't think.
Nope. Just getting back into the
grind.
working groove for me for sure.
Gotta iron out that schedule.
There it is, one more time. All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.